Welcome in, Jade. Welcome in, Snacks. Welcome in, Logan. Welcome in, Scott. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I'm fine. Calm. How are you doing? Oh yeah, fuck yeah, right. Oh, we fuck with the red, don't we, chat? Hello. Hello, how is everybody? How are you doing? It's me, Presec. I'm a self-help life ice writing gaming VTuber, and we are technically playing Final Fantasy XI, but more accurately, I just have it on in the background during these Stoicism streams because it's like it's a nod and a wink back to the before times, long ago when I was a Final Fantasy XI private server streamer. Exclusively, that's all that I streamed, and then there was a big event. This is kind of digging too deep into it, but there was a big event called the Clappening that forced most people out of the category, and that's when I became a variety streamer. And sometimes we dabble back in Final Fantasy XI, and I've had like weird hankerings for it lately, but that's for another time, because we have things that we're doing today. Namely, chiefly, I'm gonna talk to you for like 2 hours about self-help life advice writing gaming. Sorry, that's a freaking slip right there, dude. Talk about self-help life advice based off the great Roman philosophy that I've been practicing for over a dozen years now. And then I'll hit you with that for probably like 2 hours. And then it's gonna be like Necesse. We're gonna take a small break so I can pee and everything, because I don't know how long this is gonna take. My guess is up to 2 hours. There's a lot that we're going over today, or I intend to go over, not including like time for questions and such. But then when the break happens, we're going to segue over to a game called Necesse, which you might have heard of. It's overwhelmingly positive on Steam, if I remember right. It's like, what if we did Core Keeper except you're not underground? Is to my understanding. And I talked to somebody that's played it before called Volpeace Latail Cafe, Foxgirl Cafe owner, VTuber, and she says that was a pretty good description. So that's the way I'm gonna explain it until I get my hands on it in probably a couple of hours, and then we get to find out together. We'll also be doing a key giveaway for that. The channel not found. That's weird. Oh, it's because that. Yeah, you got it. We're gonna be doing a key giveaway for Necesse. So if at any point you look at Necesse and it seems like it's your thing, then all you have to do is be conscious and be able to hear me at stream end, and then I'll start talking about giveaways. We've done like 50 giveaways on the channel over the course of it rapidly approaching. Well, it is 2.5 years, right? Rapidly approaching 3 years. My third stream anniversary is on 3/25, which is wild to think about. But so many of you, if not all of you that are in here right now, are familiar with how it works, but I'll really explain the rules and what expectations are and so on. But yes, thank you everyone for being here. I'm gonna switch it to appropriate music in just a moment. Holy dang, 17 Stoic streams, true. You rad. Was there like I love multi-chat, stream elements multi-chat. I do not like how it doesn't show people's like stream streaks and everything. So like people will say things to me, be like, hey, I got like a 45 stream streak, isn't that cool? And I'll be like, what? Welcome in, Radish. It's good to see you. Technically, we did dabble back in it last year. We can do it again in the future. What? Exclamation point book. So can you play any horror games in future streams? For a while, like horror games were all that I was doing, and I love them. And chat loves them. Chat loves me reacting and getting scared to horror games. So like I think that we're due. I think we're due for some horror games. I have horror games like preloaded on my PC. Like I have Total Chaos that I've been wanting to play, which is like a horror survival first person thing. What else do I have? I don't want to look right now because I have it set up on my main monitor that I don't want to screw up because I have everything exactly where I want it, but just trust me. The desire for horror games is there. I might actually just go the extra mile and write down on physical paper like it's the late 90s. Next week is all spoken for. Next week is a big collab week, so I can catch up with people and how they're doing, and everyone can see me interacting with other people in real time. Collab, horror game week soon. So next week is going to be all collabs, and then afterward we'll probably do like the normal thing that we do, which is like 1 or 2 collabs for the week, and then the rest of the days are going to be filled with games. I'm gonna keep playing Final Fantasy Tactics until it's clear that you have cooled off on it. That has not happened yet. The numbers are pretty stable. In typical JRPG fashion, I fully expected the second part to have a drop-off of some description because, you know, it's a long-form JRPG-esque strategy game, and unless you're a channel that does primarily or exclusively JRPGs or RPGs, long-form content, I guess you could call it, in any form, people are like, okay, well, I watched part 1, but if it's a game that I'm interested in, I don't want to watch the streamer play through it all, so I'm just going to enjoy part 1 and then go do my own thing. Or people, they may be like, okay, well, I watched part 1 and I don't want to see anymore because they didn't like part 1. So JRPGs, long-form games are difficult for me. It's one of the reasons why it seems like I abandon a lot of games unless I'm very into them. It's always been the case, will always be the case, that if I'm really enjoying a game, if I'm really, really, really liking a game, if I am loving a game, then I will play it regardless if it risks algorithm death or not. Number always go up. Not because I care about the number, but if I can keep the number up, it means that more people could be drawn to the channel. If more people are drawn to the channel, then it means that I can help more people. I can lure people to a false sense of security that I'm here to entertain them with games that I care about. And then when I have them trapped, I get to teach them about self-help life advice. You know what I mean? I get to trap them. I get to trick them into improving themselves, and based off of real world applications of the philosophy that I practice. That's the whole point. And also it increases the chances that corporations are going to give me free things, which I then give to you. You see how it works? So you need to drag people over for Final Fantasy Tactics more. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I love it. I love the game. Do I love it so much that I would be willing to tank, like, algorithm death? I don't know. But I am immensely enjoying it. There are only a few games that exist that I have proven willing to just be like, okay, this month I am going to get fucked up in terms of numbers, and that's fine, and I respect that, and everyone's doing their own thing. So far, that's been like Elden Ring and maybe Dead Space. I don't remember Dead Space doing that bad, but I loved Elden Ring so much that I literally went. I was like minesweeping. I was like going up and down the map, the entire map, looking for secrets, which mostly turned out to be trash, little trash items that I never used or cared about. But I saw everything. I 100% of the game. I'm proud of that. So like, who is your first follower? I have no fucking idea. Maybe CyberGem or maybe NoFlow. They definitely weren't the first followers, but they were like the first 100 for sure. Maybe I can find that out. Am I able to find that out? I think I am able to find that out. Hang on. That'd be so fucking... I can actually find out. I have lists. I have data sets. Give me a second. First ever follows were Shumi. Shumi was the first one ever. Reno, who is my nephew. Katori, who is my nephew's wife. Somebody named Zetrazam, who's been following for 1,039 days. Egon, Samaritan from my Foxhole days. Einstein also from Foxhole. Emliko. Somebody named Scarlet Fluffball. It's kind of wild to think about. I don't know if many of these people are even alive. I haven't seen some of them in a long time. All right, we're gonna close that down. It's starting to trip me out. I feel like I'm in the reverse rapid situation. I knew it. I was here for the Wanda more Stoicism Stream, so I was creeped out. Creeped? Do you mean creeped? Creeped out by the gaming antics when you went unhinged and some of your clips, which is why I avoided your channel for months until your second stream anniversary. That's valid. Literally the bottom of your followers list, unless they followed. Rest in peace, Shumi. I've been having so much fun with Elden Ring so far, but it's so hard. I wouldn't be able to make it without Helios. The seamless co-op mod is a public service thing. It was probably the best thing ever. The fact that Elden Ring doesn't have seamless co-op just built into its vanilla is a mistake. Then again, From Software has never really, as good as they are, and they're incredible developers, they know nothing. They know nothing about how to construct like a viable multiplayer experience. The only people that are worse than From Software are the people behind Monster Hunter. the Monster Hunter series, which is ironic because that's like a bespoke multiplayer thing. They're fucking awful. I don't know who was in charge of coming up with Monster Hunter Wilds' multiplayer system, but it was fucking awful. It was horrible. It still is horrible. Horrible, nasty, horrible. It's awful. Whose idea was it to have like two different forms of multiplayer? One being like expedition, the other one being like mission based, but like the mission based could just automatically turn into the expedition, and it's not really clear like one way. Like it's horrible. Everything about it is awful. They took Monster Hunter World system, made it worse, and then applied it to like a. Yeah, no, I'm still in the intro part, Jade. I'm still in the intro part. I'm still doing my own thing. I'm still vibing. You let me worry. You let me worry about the stream cadence and pacing. I appreciate you. I know that you're just trying to keep me on track, but you let me worry about it. Yeah, co-op has never been their strong suit. Also, hi, hello, X. It's good to see you. The Wilds co-op is ass. Yes, I've heard that they've made improvements in the optimization, but I've never been burned. I don't think I've ever been burned as badly as Monster Hunter Wilds. Like Monster Hunter World's multiplayer was not good. It was not good, but like it was functional. Like yes, it had its problems at the start, but like they worked on it, they improved it. And then the optimization for Monster Hunter Wilds was so unbelievably bad that I was trying to do like DLSS performance with everything on low or medium settings, and it was still like averaging 45 frames per second while maxing out my GPU, a 4080 Super. And like I get it, I'm paying the VTuber tax where my model takes up. Every interaction that my model has with my stream takes about like 20% overhead. So whatever amount that I think that I actually have 20% less of it. I go in, when I do testing for games that I think is gonna be taxing on my computer, I look at the percentage. If it says that I have 67% usage, that's not me making a 67 joke. I know it seems like it. If 67% usage, then I'm like, okay, well, I'm actually at 87. I actually only have like 5% more give on top of that before VTube Studio, given how unoptimized it is and how limiting the engine is. I actually only have, I'm at like a 30% ceiling loss. I actually have only 70% of my card to give, while still also having my model move around at roughly 60 frames per second. God, a boss Monster Hunter Wilds was hell. It was passable. Wilds just not. Did they ever patch out the problems with the game? They optimized it so that maybe like performance is like 3 to 5% better. I fucking sprung for like the ultimate collector's edition or whatever of Monster Hunter Wilds, the one that doesn't have a statue. I think it was like $90 or something like that. And I played it, I don't know, what, Steam? I've hidden it. Such is my disdain for it. Monster Hunter Wilds, I played it for 14 hours. And I can't ever like look at those hours spent and be like, yeah, that was worth my time. Because how fucking awful the optimization was. I'm not like, I just want 60 frames per second and I want it to not look like RuneScape. And I feel that with my current specs, I should easily be able to clear that. And yet I just can't with Wilds. But that's enough about Monster Hunter. World being as frustrating as multiplayer system is that it's probably what soured the entire franchise for me, both console and PC. I think that that's perfectly valid. You're not alone in thinking that. My favorite glitch that it caused in Monster Hunter Wilds is causing all the monsters to T-pose while fighting me. Reminds me of something to show you later and get your opinion. Fuck yeah. Yeah, show me, baby. Show me what's up. All right, we're gonna swap over to easy listening. Streaming DMCA free Soulsborne. Okay. All right. On to the main course here. This is the 17th of these Stoicism streams that we've done. And the topic for today is confronting fears and anxieties. Hello, May. It's good to see you. How are you doing? This is the 17th Stoicism stream that we've done in a little over 2 years. The idea behind them is teaching how to use my weird ancient Greco-Roman philosophy that I've applied to real-world situations for the last dozen plus years, even if you have little or no familiarity with it. I do them, and I will continue doing them as long as there are people to watch, in the hopes that I'll be able to impact somebody the way that my role models did for me. You can benefit from the things that are going to come out of my mouth without needing to call yourself a stoic or practice any of it long term. Actually, I'm gonna get into gamer mode. One sec. I have a special toggle for this. Where is it? Wow, look at it. Wow. Cool toggle. Cool toggle, guy. You never see it. You never see it except for these streams, basically. Wow, amazing, wow. All right, let me get the chat back in place here. And then move this over. Watch this for a second, chat.
Berries and cream, berries and cream. I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream. Berries and cream, berries and cream. I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream.
Okay. You can benefit from the things that are going to come out of my mouth without needing to call yourself a stoic or practice any of it in the long term. Stoicism does help you as far as you're willing to take it, and can, arguably, likely, pair up with your belief system in ways that you might not expect. You can use an anonymous sign-up list message site that I use called Marshmallow to ask questions or comments or give me feedback about Stoicism or anything or me in general. You can see a link to that at the top of the screen there if you're on YouTube or TikTok. You can also summon it on Twitch with !AMA. I have not figured out how to set that up for YouTube, and once I actually get traction that is consistent there, I will go out of my way to get that set up there. But just know that you can type. I try to make it as easy as possible by including a tiny URL link there, just constantly filling back in the book, never forward at risk of burning it. I don't know what that means, Kitsune, but I like the way that you said it. I'm going to be spot checking that site, the Marshmallow site, throughout the stream. I'm going to be doing my best to answer any questions from it in real time. You're also fully welcome to send me anything after stream. I get notifications when you do. Importantly, even though you don't have to register or sign in to send me anything on Marshmallow, you do need to register or sign in if you'd like me to be able to answer you. Otherwise, I'll be able to see it just fine, but I won't be able to send you an answer back to you privately. There's been a couple of cases where I wish that I could reply to somebody about a question that they gave me that was very clearly personal. So I didn't want to like... there's been a couple of occasions where it's been specific and nondescript enough that I've just posted the answer on Twitter, or on Discord, or both, or on Blue Sky, or whatever. You get the point. But some questions definitely are like, hey, I personally am experiencing this. Thank you for the 20 stream streak, Kitsune. I appreciate that. And thank you for lurking, Callisto. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Think of Marshmallow like the advice box from Fire Emblem Three Houses. All that I ask is that you don't include any personally identifiable information. If you have follow-up thoughts or questions post-stream, you can also reach out to me on Discord directly, !Discord if you'd like a link for that. If I can't answer you right away, I'll let you know, but I will get back to you. Thank you, Jade. For base covering, hey Boogie, it's good to see you. Boogie's a super rad dude, very nice voice. He was playing what looks like a point-and-click adventure game. Did you ever figure out what the stick in the hole is for? I don't know why, but that stuck with me for like 3 hours after I finished watching. I just want to know why. Why does stick belong in ground? But Boogie's a very cool guy. It was to kill a bird. That's interesting. I mean, at least I have closure. For base covering purposes, I'm not accredited. I'm not certified. I'm not licensed anywhere to perform psychological or philosophical counseling, which is a thing. I actively have helped people and am helping people, and anything that I ever say in a Stoicism stream or when giving advice from the Stoicism Redeem is based off of my firsthand real-world experience and applying the philosophy. But it's important for you and to me that you get the support you need in the way that's most effective for you. There's no minimum or maximum amount of time this thing is going to run. We're just going to keep going until it feels like a good time to stop. We'll take a break when we do so I can move things around and you can get food and drinks and we can stretch and walk around and so on. We'll play Necesse for a while after, which like I said is Core Keeper, but on the surface as far as I understand it, and we'll do a key giveaway for that. Big thanks to Dev, it's a solo developer, Mad Skavgard, and the group Player Found for the review copy. Also, thank you for the shout out, much appreciated, absolutely. You're missing something though. Boogie Punk. There we are. Orders are stored. Before we get started, my brain is fucking... Let me just take a drink. Let me just... my brain is missing Warhead Sour Green Apple Ghost Energy drink. Hello, Guido. It's good to see you, buddy. Thank you for the stretch. Before we get started, why am I doing this? It's because I owe who I am to me randomly being introduced to the Stoics in a 15-minute stint in a required intro to philosophy class, and my taking the chance to try to believe the things that they suggested I could, such as that I am more than the circumstances surrounding me, that I am more than what others might think of me, that there's something inside of me stronger than everything outside of me, and that it's possible to tap into and keep that front of mind even in situations where I'd stand to lose some of the most important things to me. While my mundane goal is to officially stream part-time, and if we get there full-time, I am here to use the corner of the Everse, my corner, to try to improve your lives however I can. Either by teaching this stuff, entertaining you, or hopefully both. If I manage to continue helping even one person with these streams, or any stream, even the tiniest bit, that's my core goal met. No matter how much or little money or fame flows through the channel, whether it's one person or 1,000 that are watching, it's always been that way. It's always going to be that way. The topic for this one, as a reminder for those who wish to ask some questions during today's Stoicism stream, please feel free to use Marshmallow Q&A. You may also use it to ask anonymously. Yes, I will be checking it periodically, and I'll try to answer in real time whatever it is. Normally, I like to take a little bit of time in order to formulate a more complete response, but this is a good test of my own understanding of my philosophy that I've been practicing and how I would apply it to the situation that you're describing. So I may not help you properly, but if I can't help you properly, then at the very least, you can just like reach out if you have any follow-up questions or just whatever comes to mind, whatever is easiest on you, whatever gets you to where you want to be. I like to tease you. It's my love language. I genuinely love being here. I love that I get to be part of your amazing community. I love the fact that I can be part of your amazing community, Snacks, and I appreciate you, and I could not be prouder of you. This topic for this one is big and vague. It's also one of the most important ones for me, which is confronting fear. I've successfully confronted very large fears using Stoicism in real time. I've also not succeeded doing so. Honestly, not because I didn't understand what the philosophy would have had me do, but because I failed to meet the moment in my own mind. When this happened, I always understood where the misstep happened and why, and what I could do better next time. Whereas where I succeeded to uphold my principles, even if I lost something or a lot in the exchange, I have always felt better. I'd always been improved by those moments, able to sum them up as reinforcements to my mental when I've needed. My life definitely has not been as rough as some people's, likely including some of those in this room. For sure, including some of those in this room. From the start, I was very clearly a square block in a world of triangle holes. But there weren't moments where I didn't have secure housing, or food, or simple and nice things to occupy time like video games or cable. But there was fear, and there was isolation. Not always active or sharp, but passive, pervasive, deep fear for most of my life. Sadness and anger was heavily mixed in too, but primarily it was fear. Fear of never feeling like I would be anything more than I felt that I was, which was nothing. A fear of being bullied or looked down on any time that I stepped outside of my house. Fear that I was going to forever feel the things that I did to the fullest extent I did every waking moment about myself. Most people, I think, had or have dreams or aspirations, but from a very early age, the only hope that firmly stuck with me was getting to the next moment that I'd be left alone. Which is super fucked up to say out, to hear myself say out loud, but it was true. It was true. A good 3/4 of my life was lived like that, and the sentiment and life experiences I had left me mute for a while out of a feeling of self-preservation. Is it actually fear if it actually happens, or just confirmation? It's fear about things, like it's fear about confirmation, it's fear about things that could be happening, it's fear related to things that have happened in the past that could happen again, or it's imagined fears. Even if they're not grounded in reality. It's all the above. I eventually had the Hail Mary impulse to teach myself how to socialize, practice good hygiene, and exercise regularly. Not because I found meaning somewhere or in something, but because it was a last-ditch effort to psychologically survive, and it was something that I technically hadn't tried. Then I got through a lot of bullying or harassment. It's understandable. Yeah, it was pretty intensive for a very long time. I actually, to lay it on to make it even more sombering, I considered two people in particular my friends for most of middle and high school, just by virtue of the fact that they bullied me the least. And I laugh at that just because the idea of it is, that's my response. That's my response to fear, I suppose, I guess you could say like traumatic experiences in my own life, is that I try to look at the ridiculousness of the idea that people could mistreat others like that so deeply. It's laughable. Like it should be impossible. I inwardly coasted through the years until college. Was forced to take an intro to philosophy course that I was culturally ingrained to believe was a waste of time. And was given a 15-minute crash course about what a group of philosophers named Stoics believed. That was very much my life all through school, elementary, high school, even college, really. Yeah, that sounds right. I mean, in my own case, when I say sounds right, I mean, that was also my experience. There was a pretty... Around the time that I started practicing, that I kind of like taught myself how to socialize with people, it took me an extremely long time to accept or believe that people were being nice to me and didn't have an ulterior motive or weren't just going to start bullying me like immediately after, just like to drop the facade. Hello, Shimmy. To me, it's understandable humans have want to belong somewhere to feel value. The lack of feeling such can be very painful. Hello, Zeplaner. It's good to see you, buddy. Zeplander is a very chill guy. He do be doing the guitar and all that, and he plays a lot of variety stuff and does a lot of collabs. I inwardly coasted through the years until college, when I was forced to take an intro to philosophy course that I was led to believe by my culture was a waste of time. The whole, like, if you try to get into philosophy, I hope that you enjoy flipping burgers type thing. Was given a 15-minute crash course about what a group of philosophers named Stoics believed. Things that sounded incredibly nice on paper, but that I, inwardly, immediately rejected because nothing about my hyper-capitalist culture indicated that it was feasible to believe it. And I didn't want to feel false hope. Things summed up as the Stoics saying, it's possible to feel at peace and happy, even if you materially have little or nothing, by knowingly being a good person. I'm gonna check the Marshmallow site, see if anything came in. Yes, I am in fact human. Let me see it. Okay, we are clear, and that is okay. Hope you're having a good day, Logan. Alright, where was I? The long and short of it is, some months later, I sat myself down while I was consumed by negative emotions. I randomly remember the Stoics and what they claimed was possible to believe, and I made the call to really try to think like they did. I have not stopped since. I've handled so many things now that I know would have completely crushed me before. Whenever I've stayed completely true to the philosophy, really adhered to it, it's held up against some really messed up situations, including, but not limited to, and we'll talk about some of these, breakups. Or effectively becoming the counselor for deep fractures in my family. Standing up to S-type personality bosses when others wanted to, but were afraid for themselves of either like losing their job or of getting punished in some way. Having really expensive things stolen from me, lost or destroyed. Becoming the front person for groups trying to make positive change. Even when success chance was basically non-existent. Or even one time, me technically getting hit by a truck. I was not hurt, but the guy did not see me, and thankfully was turning on a corner. Your hand is on fire. Are you aware? Yeah, it does that. It's like a Zippo lighter. Yep, the you're being so nice you can make a bigger spectacle of me later mindset. Yes, that's exactly right. I saw the giant Popeye in the freezer and it is giant. We may need to eat that together. I'm not hungry. I'll probably be hungry in a few hours, but if you want to make it and then put it in the fridge, that'd be fine. You could just eat whatever it is that stands out to you. Can we do a battle royale? Sure, if this works. Oh, look at that, it does work. You should be able to do it yourself, I think, Logan. I'm not sure. All these situations that I described involve fears pointed at different things and are often severe, but they're all connected by the same thread. They point to things outside of ourselves. By the word ourselves, I mean the parts of us, the parts of you, that is sitting there, listening to me, that calls itself me, or I. We are afraid of, or hope for, things outside of us because of the value that we've attached to each of them in different amounts and for different reasons. We assign value to things seemingly automatically based on a wild storm of desires, fears, habits, judgments, opinions, leading right up to the moment that we do, think, say, or notice anything. From the time that we wake up to the time that we go to bed, and this process even happens in dreams. The flow can be disrupted or changed due to chemical imbalances or neurological disorders. But the capacity for choice and why we choose what we do when we do has fundamental patterns. And the Stoics argue that not only can these patterns be tweaked, but that we should prioritize rebalancing them above everything else, no matter how long or how much effort it takes. They argued this because changing the way that we think and why, namely what we value and why we value what we do, changes how we approach life itself and everything in it. People might think that the philosophy is pointless, and perhaps it might seem like that in the moment. It may look like a subject that isn't any use in one's career. Even if it is, most jobs may not require to learn anything from it. It may not seem practical like English or mathematics. It might even come up daily in most people's lives, but it becomes of utmost importance and use in situations where you find yourself struggling with your life and also in your final moments. The thing about philosophy, or at least how the Stoics argued it, was that philosophy has to do fundamentally with life itself. Now, the Stoics were almost singularly minded in using philosophy in a practical sense, trying to understand what goes on in our own minds, why it happens, the way that it does, and how to steer it in a constructive or healthy or, according to our design as social and rational animals, a more organic way, as opposed to just reacting to things that are just happening around us all the time, everywhere, and us just being essentially victims to it. For a long time, I had to grapple with the fact that some philosophy courses that I was taking were the types of things that people think that all philosophy is, such as, how do I know that I'm not being chased around by giant flying spaghetti monsters and they're invisible? Or how do I know that I'm not dreaming? Or how is the table that you're looking at the same table that I'm looking at based off of differences in light? Things like that. A lot of people have the impression that that's all that it is. And I also was one of those people. That's why I went into that intro to philosophy course thinking like, I'm required to take this. I don't want to do this shit. I would rather do literally anything else with my time. Never mind, the cook time is an hour. I don't have an hour. I'll eat something else. Philosophy is most often used when you're all alone to overcome what obstacles are in your way. Philosophy is a journey of life. That's how I use mine, at least. Why time is not of importance, but rather the journey from beginning and end. Agreed reaction is organic surge in neurochemical stimuli from the lizard hindbrain, but your response is a choice. So we have just been talking for 50 minutes without starting to play the game. So Logan, this is going to be a weird one, but we're not actually going to be playing Final Fantasy XI. The reason why I have it in the background is because it's what we've had in the background for every single one of these like Stoicism streams. And it's also like a nod to the time when I used to I'm sorry, I do legitimately want to play the game, but right now it's just look at the pretty lights. Look at the pretty lights. Look at Jade. Jade's right there. I don't know if Jade can wave while she's sitting. I think that she can with slash wave. I'm not sure. Yes, I am there. Yes. Yes. Look at that. They can wave. Isn't that awesome? Look at them. Look at them go. This storm of confused and constantly shifting priorities that we live with daily starts extremely simply. We use our 5 senses, or however many senses we happen to have, to notice what's happening around us, or what seems to be happening. Now, it's just my first Stoicism stream. I get you. I totally get you, Logan. I can see why it would be confusing. This is all combined into a snapshot that we can react to. The Stoics call this snapshot an impression. Our animal brains take this impression of what seems to be happening, and it smashes a gut reaction into it. That this thing that seems to be happening is good or bad for me. For most animals, this is as far as it goes. This is life for most animals. I see good thing, I go get it. I see bad thing, I run away from it. Or I attack it, if I think that is a threat to me. For humans, I'm gonna fix my ad timer. I'm gonna add like 20 more minutes to it. For humans, when this gut reaction combines with the snapshot, it makes something called a proposition. This proposition, this thing that happens after the initial gut reaction and the impression, is unique to humans. This proposition is something that our rational human brains can understand and work with and agree or not agree to. Something like, this thing seems to be happening and this is good or bad for me. We can't easily stop the physiological parts of the gut reaction. when our stomach drops, when we start blushing, when we turn pale, when we start shaking, so on. But it is possible to become aware of and do something in yourself about the proposition. If you agree that whatever you think is happening is an accurate representation of an event, and that whatever you think is happening genuinely represents a good or bad thing, you're going to feel an enhanced version of whatever emotions were tied to the impression. Absorb what life throws at you, take a deep breath or 3, I will confess it normally takes me 3, and choose how you respond rather than simply letting the chaos of the world carry you along. If it takes you 3 breaths, it takes you 3 breaths. If you get completely fucked up by the situation despite doing your best efforts to try to hold it together, then that's what happens. It's the I got fucked up by the situation and I genuinely believe that this thing represents a bad thing for me and there's nothing I can do about it and it has made me worse as a person. That is the part that you are trying to head off. But if you try, even if you fail in the conventional sense, if you try to handle a situation correctly, then that is a win. Even if you materially fail, even if you materially lose something, even if you conventionally do not succeed, it is still a win, and you take that shit with you everywhere. The Stoics showcase this with a few examples. You have to bear with me, okay? Say you like oranges. Even if you don't like oranges, just say that you do. You see oranges on a table. Your impression is that you see oranges. You're hungry. Gut reaction is that this is good. Nothing seems to be stopping you from getting to the oranges. The proposition is, I see oranges, I like oranges, I'm hungry, I can have one, this is good. You agree to the impression, the proposition, the gut reaction that you see oranges and this is a good thing, and you feel turned. You go to the oranges, you pick one up and you find out that it's a fake orange. There's a new impression, a new gut reaction, and a new proposition. This orange is fake. I can't eat it. I'm still hungry. This is bad. A Stoic would go through something like this. You see the orange and you're hungry. The gut reaction is getting and eating the orange represents something good. Proposition happens, but with a twist. I see an orange and I'm hungry. I prefer getting this orange. But me being able to actually get and eat this orange isn't completely up to me. Maybe it's for display. Maybe someone's already got their name on it and I just can't see it. You go to it, they go to it, and they check and see that the orange is fake. Because they didn't set their heart on eating the orange, the whiplash emotion of this is bad gets stunted, and follow-up thoughts are nothing about the situation says I can't eat something else. Or that I'm forever deprived of having an orange. This was an impression and not what it seemed to be. I wish I was better about that, especially lately. I do my best, but sometimes things feel so damn big and isolating. I definitely snap more than I should. Cato the Younger, who was considered one of the best Stoics to ever live, the one that was most consistently consistent with Stoicism and acting it out, in situations that were huge and severe, such as being like a senator in like the last moments of like the Roman Republic before Julius Caesar, Caesar turned it into an empire. He was an army leader. He was a senator. He was one of the first people to warn about Julius trying to turn the Republic into an empire, so on and so forth. He had anger issues. He was very intensively angry, and although he kept it under control, he did have lapses sometimes. You are not infallible. The Stoics the Stoics had an ideal, which is something that they called a sage, which was somebody who learned Stoicism perfectly and reacts to things as if they were looking at everything from a third-person perspective. Think of like Vulcans. Vulcans are based off of Stoics. That it's essentially that should help to think of it that way. There will be lapses, but it's a fact that you aren't just letting it happen. You aren't just like raw dogging the emotions. You are trying to be better about it, and you are trying to be better about it in little bits at a time until eventually next time you're not so angry. or next time you are less bothered by whatever it is if it happens to come up again. It's all about trying to claw back as much control as you can given where you're at, both in the practice in your own life with the severity of stuff happening around you. Absorb what life throws at you. Take a deep breath. I already read that. Amor fati, love of one's fate. Let yourself not resist adversity, but instead embrace it, learn from it, suppress not your emotions, but allow emotions to live and regulate it by controlling what you can of yourself within your locus of control. In my mother tongue, we have a proverb that I remind myself of often. Adversity is the mother of wisdom, as it often stands true in order to learn from suffering and come out better for it. Lapses are normal regardless, as part of the learning procedure. It might seem like a really overblown... I'm going to check the site and make sure I didn't miss anything, because there might be something that came in. And there didn't happen to be, and that is totally okay. It might seem like a really overblown process to do something with something really small like that, but to actually think that way at scale and with much larger or more severe things you want or are afraid of, you have to start small. You are shaping yourself to be appreciative of things for the time that you have it to the fullest extent that you can, while also avoiding taking ownership over it because that's not up to you. Or constructively converting things that once scared or bothered you into a means of self-improvement, or tests of what you've learned so far. Using a live example, while I was in college, I was a resident assistant. I worked at the desk for 3 or 4 hours every other day or so, letting people into their rooms when they got themselves constantly locked out, doing rounds, which is like little patrols around the building for noise issues and so on. This was prime homework time, but I didn't have a laptop. I was annoyingly, painfully doing assignments on paper, and after the front desk shift was over, I'd retype everything I'd written onto my computer. Someone was nice enough to offer to help me get a laptop if I walked to their dogs daily around town for a few months, until they considered it paid off. After I'd earned it, I did my due diligence and took pictures of all the serial numbers and information that was on the box, just in case that there were issues with it. After a couple of days, laptop in my backpack, I went to the cafeteria and I put my bag in the dedicated cubbies for backpacks. I went in, I got food, I went back to the cubby. The whole process was maybe 4 or 5 minutes. The backpack was completely gone. The impression was, I can't see my backpack anymore. It's missing, and everything in it, textbooks, laptop, other gear. The gut reaction is that this is a bad thing. The proposition was that my backpack is gone, and this is bad. I didn't agree to it yet. It's possible that somebody grabbed the backpack thinking that it was theirs and maybe put it back in the wrong cubby or left it on a table somewhere. The paralysis of suddenly losing $1,500 in tech and books was held off, and I kept agency. Still, the stomach drop happened. The paling skin happened. So on. But I was still in control. I was still in relative calm. I didn't have enough information, but some part of my brain was dedicated to the other scenarios. If it was taken and is gone, how would I most constructively react to that? What would be my next rational steps? Or how many times have I been in the situation where I misplaced something and I simply found it later? Granted, with much less expensive things, but that's only an issue of scale. I don't want to be the person I've been turning into. I'm afraid to lean on anyone else because I'm afraid of the support being taken away again. Shrug. I'll figure it out. Lol. I always do. It's tough to find people that are genuine and mean well and are true to their word and so on and so forth. I get it. It took me and is taking me a long time to trust people in general like that. So I understand what you mean. After glancing around and asking around, no one saw anything, and neither did I. It was safe to say that it was taken. There was no clear indicator I'd get it back or when, but because my next thoughts were not the loss, but how to make the most of this situation happening, both for my mental and improve the chances I'd get the things back, I went to campus police and I reported everything. In the meantime, the situation was used to build acceptance and appreciation for the time that I'd had the laptop, even if super brief, and mindfulness that there was no guarantee that I wouldn't have the laptop or books find their way back to me, however increasingly unlikely that was. It's not about other people, it's about the trust part. It's nice knowing others feel it too. Definitely both of you still struggle with that. Old fears stick like old habits, but old fears can be overcome gradually and to build oneself too in the face of it. Yep, that's right. I was, in essence, returning to the state of being that I was in before, which was writing everything down and transcribing it later. Nothing prevented me from getting a laptop some other time. I was not made worse by the actions of this person that took the laptop, unless, sorry, my left monitor flashed for a second. That's not good. I was not made worse by the actions of this person that took the backpack unless I associated my own value with having access to the backpack and to the things in it. I wouldn't likely know the circumstances of the person that took it. Only that they felt it was best to them to do it, then that it was a good thing to take it. Campus police never ended up finding anything. I did by pure chance happen to be in the cafeteria one day and the week after, and I found my backpack in one of the trash cans. Everything except the laptop was inside of it, including the textbooks and other random old tech bits. I'll take a moment to drink. Give me a second. Why the person that took it decided to put it in the trash, or to go back to the place they took it from to do it, I'm never gonna know. But because I resolved to do everything in my power to handle it correctly from the jump, of reining in the fear and not letting it command me that I'd lost some of the most expensive things that I'd owned, and by pure chance I've gotten some of it back, I stayed in command. I wasn't inwardly thrown around. I'd used every part of the extremely unfortunate buffalo to not only take this unfortunate situation and turn it into self-improvement, but I'd stopped any control that this person might have had over my mental, which they didn't deserve. A Stoic named Epictetus used an example from his own time that was like this: owning a fancy lamp. A thief might steal the lamp because he believes it's best to him, and isn't thinking that the act of taking it from somebody else and that might not be able to replace it as being more important than getting the lamp. You can do everything that you reasonably can to prevent the thief from getting into your house. You can report the lamp as being stolen. You can eventually replace it if you're able to, but there's nothing in the universe, including the lamp itself, that is pointing at you and telling you that you can never get a lamp again, or that you are worse as a person for losing it, or that a lamp is integral to your ability to stay inwardly upright. What is he reading from, chat? I'm reading from my own, notes on what we're talking about today. His diary. That's right, X-Ray. Dear diary, X-Ray specs was shit from a butt today. I'm kidding. Oh, whiplash time. Welcome in, Kui. Kui is one of my favorite little corporate VTubers. X-Ray specs is my adopted rat daughter. Oh, it ended? Oh, okay, it's enjoyable. This was the 101, put one of those squib ink exploders banks and use in a double bag with blank robbers. I should have done that. I didn't expect to get owned on day 2 of having the laptop, but I should have anticipated that somebody was going to be an asshole to me then. Anytime you leave a backpack out of sight, as you should, yes, you actually had a sort of incident too with the mouse pad when you spilled pickle juice on it, and you had a reaction to it, but you reined it in on stream and meditated while working on it at the same time, so continuing the stream too. Yeah, that was a lot of, Warhead's brand sour blue raspberry juice that got sprayed all over my desk and electronics and on my mouse pad and everything. That was definitely an opportunity to practice acceptance, for sure. You're not a worse person for losing the lamp, or that the lamp is integral to your ability to stay upright. This is a different thought process than resignation. This is also more advanced than just flatly accepting, well, I guess I got owned. This is something other than tanking whatever comes up is about to come up, or could come up. It is, in fact, about wrenching control away from these things and these people and how they're getting to you and why they're getting to you, and planting it, the control, within yourself, into the hands of this part of you that calls itself me or I. Recapping where we're at, and borrowing from a convo that I had with a friend actually before stream started. Thank you for flipping me over, X-Ray. I appreciate that. Most of my life has been fear. I can pretty safely say. Relatively stable home life, and food, water, shelter, warmth, and simple entertainment like video games and TV. I've been spared it being as hard as some people have had, for sure, but still, mostly fear was my primary experience most of my life. Fear of others, fear of self that was so intense and so enduring that my only real hope or dream that's ever stuck before my belief system now was simply to be left alone. Every interaction that I seemed to have whenever I stepped outside of my house for a good 3/4 of my life felt organic, inorganic, painful, risky, sometimes even vicious. This isn't to invoke a feeling in you, this is to make you pity me, but to give you context. Stoics believed and believe that all fear and desire is tied to external things. External things is everything outside of the part of us calling itself me or I. Everything that's outside of our ability to choose, right down to what most people would think is a part of us, like our bodies. When we value something outside of ourselves, we place control of our minds to varying degrees in the hands of people or things that seemingly could give us what we want or somehow harm us. The things outside of us have no opinions about us whatsoever. Their only quality is to exist, and so they're dependent on us giving meaning to them for them to have meaning. Psychological resilience, most of the human condition is fear-based. It's very true. There's no need to have to compare one's pain or fear lesser or greater to someone else's. Fears and pains that ones feel for the majority of us are our own and what we live through. They're still real as we go through them each in our respective lives. The people outside of us have their own capabilities to choose. And just like we can never get ownership over another's ability to choose or their willpower, it's something that has to be willingly given to us. They can never have ownership over you and how you feel unless given up to them. The Stoics believed that choice was the only thing that we have true control over. They also believed that it was central to our crafting ourselves into someone that's able to turn anything, even severely negative, frightening, enduring things into sources of strength, and eventually into independent peace and happiness. And then I'm gonna go like run ad hoc through a bunch of experiences that I've had, applying this shit in real time. Ads are gonna start soon. I don't want to talk about anything until we're through ads. Normally, because it's just like video games, I just blow through it, right? And I eventually I will flip it so that ads run on like, well, I forget what the term is, like preload, pre something, and pre whatever, you know what I mean? Pre-rolls, that's right. Pre-rolls is the name of it. Eventually, once we reach a certain size, I'm gonna swap it over to pre-rolls, and then unless you refresh the browser or leave and come back or whatever, you shouldn't really ever experience ads unless they're forced to be the type that like shrink the screen annoyingly and like pop up to the side or something. But for now, during like stuff that people might genuinely be impacted by or care about, I'm going to, thank you for flipping me over, dragons. I'm going to run ads now. And for the people that are subbed, I'm going to expose you to a bunch of random bullshit until the ads are over. Okay, so it's not going to be that much different than normal. If you've enjoyed this so far, consider following. If you are loving this and have the means to do so, consider subscribing. It helps me out tremendously. I'm still between jobs at the moment. Given how the economy and the state of the US is going, I don't know when I'm going to have a job that is well paying. That is sufficiently paying, I should say. Eventually, I will just take something. Eventually I will just take something, but the support that I've received so far has allowed me to continue looking for things that I am suited for, things that I am trained for, things that I have historically done. And I appreciate you. Raise a hand to ask question during ad break. Oh yeah, you can ask questions during ad break. I'm still gonna play random bullshit, and I'll just answer the questions afterward. I remind myself how fear is born from hope and bravery is born from fear. Casual resilience to the random bullshit, goofy antics that Stoic attempts to throw at chat. Thank you for lurking, DeBolt. I appreciate you. All right, so I'm gonna run ads now. If you would like to support me in a way that doesn't cost you anything, I'm going to type in a link to chat. YouTube. We are very, very close to 1,000 YouTube subscribers. Once we hit 1,000 YouTube subscribers, I get to never mention it again. I get to just let it go with God that the other metric that I need to hit, which is 4,000 watch hours, which we're about like 3,300 out of now, is going to hit itself if my content is good. If people like my stuff, then I will be able to earn ad revenue once I hit 1,000 YouTube subscribers and at 4,000 watch hours. But that is not up to me. It's not up to me. It's just up to me to do the best I can with what I have for the time that I have it. And if we hit those numbers, then that is great. And you can also help with that if you so choose. I'm gonna run ads now. I will be back. People who are subbed, enjoy your random bullshit. Ready? It's gonna happen in like 5 seconds. Here comes. Here comes.
Welcome to Taco Joe. What can I do for you today?
Hi, I have 3 separate ed sessions. Is that okay?
Go right ahead, sir.
Can I get a Travi Patty Taco?
I found a 3-month card for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Just wondering if you or anyone else wanted the code. I will literally never turn down Xbox Game Pass. Especially for Ultimate, given that it's like $100 billion now.
That's correct.
It does make it more likely that when I am looking for a game to play, that I'm able to just like get it. I'm able to just install it without having to worry about it. But I also want you to use it on yourself if you don't also happen to have it. Go piss, tall Greco lanky boy. I will as soon as I...
That's correct.
Actually, hang on.
Can I get a bowl of goulash?
Can I get a bowl of goulash? A queso Rita?
And an annoying
Here, we'll do this.
Flavored Drake
no, not that one.
Shake.
Alright, 1 goon cave in a bowl, 1 big chungus, and a milk.
I'm gonna go pee. I'll be back.
Cream on your drink shake.
That's a skibbity I would. Could I also get a pop?
But what will I watch on my tiny TV? Callisto, I still don't understand what that is. I don't think you ever answered me. I asked. So Callisto has like what looks like a little old-timey like TV on their desktop. And they said that it was their phone, but like the actual stand is bigger than the phone and it like wraps around the phone. So it's almost like a case, but it's so giant that it can't reasonably be a case. And Callisto still has not mentioned what it is. What is it? Can I show them the picture? We're back now. Right. We are back. Okay. Whoops, sorry. I almost doubled down. This might crash the stream. I don't know. I never know with this shit, like how things are gonna affect it. Okay, there's that. Can I show them? Sure, show them. Like you answer me. You answer me, but you don't just tell me what the fuck this thing is. What? I could just like reverse image search it, I guess, but I don't want to do that. I want dialogue. I want to understand. Help me understand what this thing is. Big thing. Okay. This is what they put on their desk to watch me, right? Like it's clearly their phone, but do you like push? Do you push your phone into it? Do you slot it in from the back? How is it a stand? It's in it. It's like is it like a clamshell thing where you just close it over the top of the TV? The phone is in a fancy stand, and that's it. The phone is upside down. It's upside down. No, it's on its side, clearly. What is this? Like I'm assuming that the knobs don't actually work. It's just a mystery to me. Nobody's ever seen this before. Earpiece is on the right side. Okay, so it is something that connects into it. Kind of like a Razer Kishi turns your phone into like a Nintendo Switch. It's not a boomer thing. This thing is it's a retro TV stand. Like I get it's a stand, but I just don't like it has like okay, so the only clue that we have is that there's a wire. That there's a wire that's coming out of the top that plugs into it from the back, I guess, somehow. No, you're a boomer? This is literally a boomer thing. This retro TV thing is before my time. I've seen maybe one of these TVs like in the wild, non-functioning, or like in retro stores. Wait, he's a boomer? I am hag-aged, Raven. I'm not sensitive. Do I sound sensitive to you? Bitch. So some in the stream is absurdism in the ads. I think I'm getting philosophical whiplash. Okay, he's going to the bathroom. I miss lava chicken. He could have used the ramen timer I gave him. Let me fucking... Phone is in a fancy stand, that's it. The phone is upside down. Yeah, I've seen those. I can't breathe. Your piece is on the right side. Oh my god, that's so cute. This is great. No, you're the boomer. Stoic. Hi, Stoic. Wait, he's a boomer. Hello, Raven. Raven is a hot-voiced Corvid VTuber. Sensitive much. It's a fucking phone stand, bro. It's not standing on anything. It should be called a phone acceptance port. Because it's in it. It doesn't, there's nothing standing. It's in it. It's a hole. It's a phone hole. I love it when kids get all sensitive about your ages. Instead of booba, Stoic, calling me hot. I'll just say it when it stops being applicable. How about that? Did you look it up, kids today? I turn 64 next week. Actually, I thought you were like 19. I found it in 3 seconds. Dude, the phone stand is the stand itself. Have you looked at the legs? Yeah, the thing itself is standing, but not the phone. Do you know? You know what I mean? Okay, dinosaur. I'm getting back into gaming position now. Give me a second. Because you slide. There we go. Okay, so we've achieved the first basis for empirical knowledge, which is that the phone goes into it. Okay, that's it. That's a mystery solved. It's a thing that slides in and it hooks up. It's like a Razer Kishi, except it's for your phone to put it into like a little retro looking stand. It's cute. I get it now. It's amazing. It's amazing what sharing knowledge has done for humans since the beginning of time, leading up to this moment. Isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy how you use words in a structure that I'm able to understand, and then I'm able to understand what you mean? It's fucking not in his mind though. All right, what's happening? I've lost the image. There it is. Where am I? There I am. Move me back to where I was. Which is right here. How are we doing on time? I still got a little bit yet. Let me check the Marshmallows site. Let's see if anybody has submitted anything. It's fine if they haven't. There's no expectation. People have not, and that is okay. That is perfectly fine. So are you even speaking English anymore? I know that I start rapidly talking when I get escalated. You taught me to pull the strings, yo. To pull the strings, yo. I am proud of you. If you were fucking with me, Callisto, deliberately, that's a +1 from me. Good job. I'm still gonna time you out though. Timeout, Callisto, Malfoy, A692. Enjoy the pit. Let me know how it is. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Oh shit, I only did it for 10 minutes. What happens if I time you out? Or untime you out? Callisto, hello Crucian. Malfoy, 8692. Like, you don't get head mod back. Can you say something? What did you do? I timed out Callisto, which should remove their mod ship, but they're a lead mod, so I don't know if I need to dictatorship much in this cult. I'll stop doing it when it stops being the right thing for me to do. Callisto, can you say something? Callisto? Why are you like this? Lol. Mod. Okay, so there's no like shortcut command to make you a super mod. Malfoy is 692. Unmod Callisto Malfoy 8692. VIP Callisto Malfoy 8692. So you can experience what it's like to have your VIP diamond back before I fucking wrench it out of your hands again. And sadly, no command. Kitsune, she likes it. She talks about how she wants her diamond back all the time. Unironically, I take screenshot. I feel so frustrated. What's frustrating you, Kitsune? So last that we were talking, we were talking about how we can turn unfortunate situations into sources of strength or handle them properly in real time. Thank you for flipping me over, Keith. I appreciate you. Keith Beef is a horror circus kitty VTuber and one of the sweetest people to ever live. And boy howdy, you have not lived until you have booped them on their snoot, and you should do that. They're primo snoot booping material. Because all I ever wanted was to keep the diamond I never asked for. You can have it on mod Kitsune Chaos. A VIP Kitsune Chaos. Hey, I played that. You played what? Oh, The Devil and Me? Oh yeah, you and Keith were doing the thing together. That was cute as shit. give me one moment. Give me one moment. Let me find this. My Praise Raymond. And today, on this most holy of holy days, we will occasionally break for prayer in the name of Raymond, so he might hear us wherever he is, whatever state he's in, and feel comforted, blessing us and our benches in turn. Praise Raymond. Praise he. Praise him. In prayer, I will face my pogs. I will bring my pogs to pass into me and unto others by my emoji spam. When my pogs have settled, I will turn my emoji spam inward. Where the pogs have gone, there will only be Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond. Praise Raymond. Praise him. Rage! I have the urge to play something. My brain's starting to zone out from the shenanigans. What about Megabonk? Or are you not committed to Megabonk? You don't have to play Megabonk just because I keep talking about Megabonk. You'll have to. There's been a number of situations that I've applied this shit that I've been talking about in my life and have handled properly, or at least in the context of being a stoic, in that I did not let it consume my brain. I did not let it consume my brain. I was able to stand on top of my own brain without letting it ruin me. Even in situations where I could have lost something or came close. The biggest one for me was saving my college's philosophy program. So there was one time in band camp where a bunch of people moved in and all they cared about was STEM programs. The college that I went to without risking doxing myself completely, was not known for STEM programs. People went to this college specifically for like the arts, so to speak, and basketball. But it was like a 90-10 split between basketball and the arts. They also had a robust philosophy program. Eventually, when I realized that I didn't know what I wanted to be and philosophy was the only thing that had made a dent in how I was feeling, I all-ined on it, because I was like, you sure? I may not know what it is that I'm wanting to do for a career, but at least I'm able to feel something by practicing this stuff. So I am going to all in on it, and when these cabinet members came in, and they only cared about STEM, they were like, we are going to eliminate everything, or try to eliminate everything, or cut down on anything that is not related to STEM, which included the philosophy program. It did not matter that the philosophy program was generating revenue, even though that they stated that it wasn't. I was able to go around and get receipts that it was making something, that it was worth supporting. In the pure economic context that they were framing everything as. The philosophy program meant something to me in the sense that it had started to make me what I am, and by virtue, what I am now, in front of you, speaking to you in real time on the internet about Stoicism. I felt a overwhelming urge to try to take on the situation, to try to rebuff the idea that the philosophy program was something that needed to be cut down, that it was going to be put into moratorium, which essentially meant to kill it. I tried to gather as much data as I could. I tried to look for backup type situations or options, like coordinating the student government and others in order to put up some sort of resistance to this program and others like it being put into moratorium. Whatever was at risk of being put on the chopping block, like the music department. And people trusted me. They trusted me because they knew that I was something called a Stoic, and that I was employing, that I had up until that point, that I was trustworthy. I was part of student government. I was part of resident assistance, residence life. I was doing volunteering in the local community. I had shaped myself to be the guy, to be the point person, to just fucking tank whatever this thing was, and to try to do something about it, even though my chances of actually saving any of these programs was virtually nothing. I spoke to some of the cabinet members that were in control of this thing. I spoke to the university president, and I got very, very, very close to pulling the proverbial trigger of saying to the groups that I had been coordinating in the back end, of saying like, okay, we have to protest. And actually, funnily enough, this is more of like a side thing than anything. Funnily enough, people thought and heard rumors that I was gonna start rioting, that I was gonna start a riot, and the person that I happened to be with at the time was very enthused about the idea of me starting a riot on campus. Understand that I was not going to riot, so it was so bizarre that I heard that about myself. Imagine playing games that don't have Megabonk yet and just realize the GPU system required for Megabonk is yes. I'm glad when people protect things that aren't STEM, even if I'm a STEM person IRL, because I find that even things like philosophy is important, need to be preserved for several different reasons. Case point, without philosophy, we would not have certain disciplines in STEM in the first place. Frustrates me that people think that non-STEM things can be disregarded compared to STEM things, so much of it is also important too, as it's part of the aspect of human life and humanity itself. You should have started a riot. You starting a riot is not something I could see you doing. Exactly. It was crazy to me that people thought that was something that I was willing to do. That was the objective. I collected the data from as many different sources as I could, including what I could from the philosophy department itself, and I was able to prove that the philosophy department was making money for university. I was able to come up with arguments that I presented in front of the university president, and all the while, people were telling me that I should not not that I shouldn't be doing it, but that I was dealing with people who could very easily engineer it so that I could be kicked out of college for whatever reason that seemed good to them. And people always said, be careful, you're messing with powerful people. That is what one person that was in a position of power said to me. And I understood it. I took it as read that I could be kicked out of college when I was just approaching becoming a senior. I understood that people could do like a slash and burn against my reputation, that I could be portrayed as something that I wasn't, but the point wasn't about me being noticed for doing these things. It was about the objective of trying to make it, trying to establish that there was this program that has made me into what I am. And the basis for which it was being argued that the philosophy program should have been gotten rid of was faulty, was untrue. And even if it was true, even if the philosophy program was losing money, I still would have fought for it. My very slim chances of success would have been even less had I done it, but I still would have tried. I'm about to say, you haven't started a riot yet? I only see him starting them. You cannot see him starting any riot. He's too passive for that. Chaotic, yes, but passive often, proactive only when it's absolutely necessary. Nobody thought I could start a food fight in kindergarten, but I did. It's always the ones you can least expect. There was also another time where I had to stand up to the principal of a special needs K through 12 school that was also combined with people that didn't necessarily have special needs, but could have special needs that also came from difficult backgrounds. So this was a situation in which I was constantly outnumbered because granted it was a nonprofit, we were understaffed. We had about 33% less staff than we were supposed to, but about 50% more students than we were meant to. And in this situation, it was not uncommon for me to be bitten. It was not uncommon for me to be headbutted. I also ended up being the point person for this individual that was nonverbal and spontaneously violent. That was frankly bigger than me, faster than me, stronger than me, and had a habit of trying to give you a hug or trying to headbutt you as hard as possible with maximum force. He would do things like spontaneously try to throw iPads that he was playing on for doing a good job and staying consistent with the schedule throughout the day at your head at maximum force. He also had this extremely pleasant ability to projectile vomit on demand. And I'm not talking about and I'm sorry for people that have secondhand throw up proclivities, but it's we're talking about not even sticking your finger down your own throat to make you throw up. You could just do it, which is medically fascinating. And the same way that it's medically fascinating that some people learn how to, yeah, exactly, Callisto, that some people learn how to turn off their own organs by focusing on them intently, allegedly. I think that they can do that. This guy could just do it. I don't know what arguing your college made to say that philosophy is necessary, but I can most likely argue with them about how STEM can use certain lessons in philosophy in order to enrich the logical procedure of understanding other STEM disciplines. At the very least, it was also how things worked for me in college and university. I was little scars from being an idiot in high school when I was in college. There was also one memory that I have that stood out to me is that if I didn't happen to be wearing my winter jacket, a individual with special needs grabbed me suddenly and seemingly randomly. They were agitated, but not at me. They grabbed my arm and tried to bite into it as hard as they possibly could. Had I not been wearing a jacket then, they would have gotten through it. I would have had probably a chunk of my meat missing, my arm meat missing. Hello, Suki. I barely got here. It's good to see you. I got stabbed by a pen because I wouldn't give a kiddo somebody else's lunch. I still remember when Soak and I first interacted with the first month or so. I figured out that I'm a person with special needs. So it's this. There was many situations that were like that happened on a day-to-day basis. There were many causes for me to be afraid for myself physically or in general. For myself, for the people around me. There are many times where I was frankly outnumbered and we had a code word to scream out when we were in a situation that could have possibly turned violent or was turning violent. And you were to scream this code word, and it was essentially a emergency. Like, I need support. I don't care where I get it from. I need bodies in here now to help me. And there was one moment where a student looked at another student in the way that the first student considered was the wrong way, and they started fist fighting. And others started joining in on it, and I was unfortunately left to my own devices in that classroom. Now, I had developed a respect-based relationship with people, with the students in general, but that did not stop them from fucking hating each other. So I could not stop two independent bodies from attacking each other. I could maybe handle one at a time. And I had screamed this code word for upwards of maybe like a minute to and a half. And it might not seem like that's a long time, but in a situation where every other second is like a thrown fist, that's a fucking eternity. Situations like that, that job in particular was one of the hardest jobs that I've ever had, and probably will be the hardest job that I've ever had. That was the clearest test to me that Stoicism was functional, that it had a basis, that could make me stronger, that could make me more resilient. There were times where I had anxiety attacks, for sure, going into it. There was also times where I had to coordinate with some teachers, saying like, we are not capable, we are not equipped to handle the number of students that we have. The reason why people did not speak up was because they were afraid of the principal. The principal was an S-type personality. They were the consummate professional. When they were in the room, they had a aura that made everyone afraid, except for me. And so I was the one that had to talk to her and say that we needed to get help, or we needed to start turning students away that were going to get routed to us. And understanding that I could have lost my job did not stop me from applying the idea that it's about trying to see what the stoic thing of trying to see what the right thing in the situation is, to try to see whatever fear, whatever I stand to lose as an opportunity to build the characteristics that are suited for that thing, such as courage or endurance or patience, and to make myself do it even if I'm very afraid of losing things or being interpreted the wrong way. Not necessarily. I had a few really good ones too, but I had to stop taking jobs in high school. I was all of 5'1", maybe 120 pounds at the time. I roll wise, I just cower away and hide somewhere in which people struggle to find me. Don't bite or scratch, but I become mute. Anything me suddenly missing either makes people forget that I exist or realize that I'm missing and then panic when they try to find out where I disappeared to. I'm not always thank you for the don't keys. Even though you don't listen and that's a button specifically that you were not supposed to press. I would time you out, but I don't feel like if anything, I'm not always verbal IRL, so I might tug on somebody's sleeve and get their attention and then point at things to direct attention in case it's important. Gotta lurk and get ready for later, trying something new, but thanks for the stream so I can enjoy the rest. I'll try to catch the rest of the VOD later. I think the one fear they struggle with and may not, and have a good one next, may not unfortunately be able to overcome is really anything that causes me sensory overload. Sorry, I thought the button said do. It's fine. We all make mistakes, but I'm still putting you in the pit at some point. I was actually good with the quiet ones and the hiding ones. I worked well with them. Okay, now lurk for real. I often like to help out, but I do so very quietly. So the resolution of that situation was that the principal said that they recognized that I was not afraid of them and that they were thankful for that. They said that they said that they couldn't turn the students away because they felt as though it would make them look bad. It would make the school look bad. And I argued with them. I said that what is our purpose here if we can't help them properly? If this situation isn't resolved, if we don't get back up, so on and so forth, I do need to leave. I do need to resign. I need to let you know that is what my thought process was. Eventually, because of the police needed to be called at one point in a situation, the school closed down. The school closed down. Which kind of made the choice for me, and led me to another job where I worked at an elementary school. Worked on one-on-one as an aide with this particular student that was considered impossible to control. Impossible to inspire. They felt as though he was a lost cause, that he was playing basketball like up and down the halls, that he wouldn't go to classes, that he would ditch school constantly, that he would just try to leave randomly, that he would try to manipulate or exploit teachers or other students all the time. And so because they heard about my work in a behavioral school, I became one-on-one with this person. And this student had never dealt with a Stoic before. They had never dealt with someone who is taking each moment as it comes and to be as patient as possible and to see the win in being patient and unbothered. It confused the student why they weren't able to throw me off. And eventually this formed kind of like a wedge in them, and I played basketball with them even though I was dog shit at it. That was their one thing. I played basketball with the student every time that I had worked there. And eventually they started going to class. They started going to class consistently. I tried meeting them at where they were. I tried to express to them that I also was somebody that was going through it the way that they were, that they didn't have to believe me, that they would be able to tell that I was telling them the truth. Just by virtue of them watching me and my behaviors, but that there's also nothing that they could do to throw me off. There's nothing that they could do to throw me off, that I am here to help them, that eventually they're going to see that, and that I'm going to try to be as hands-off with them as possible, that this is my job to be there, that it's not personal against them, but that I am there nonetheless if they choose to need me in any way. And now that student is changed. Oh yeah, no flow, that's right. Not the pit. I often like to help out, but I do often do so quietly. It felt as though he was a lost cause. Man, reminds me how people IRL call me a lost cause counseling. Even the medical staff and psych staff and be real with you about the case. That's actually correct response. Handling a student like that, most people don't know, but it's actually the correct response in handling those situations. Oftentimes kids like that need somebody like that because they're testing to see if the person who is assisting them is truly there for them. They started going to class consistently. They started actually paying attention in class. They started doing better. They started being able to participate in things that were just closed off to them, like school trips. The person, he was part of a foster home, and the foster parent came to me personally and said that whatever it was that I was doing, it was working, and that he was thankful for that he's doing better at home, and that it wasn't just like a school thing, that he was thankful for it. And the biggest proof of the effect that Stoicism has had on me, despite my fears of not actually getting through to the kid, of me overcoming my concerns about my whatever small concerns I might have had about my ability to turn someone's life around that was like that, so to speak, because it wasn't up to me. I'm dealing with a whole ass other person. I'm dealing with a whole ass other person who had to make it their choice to allow me to help them. That I was we were driving back on a bus one day, and the student turns to me and says, "Mr." and then real name, "Are you proud of me?" It's you as a Stoic are trying to exude genuineness, and you are trying to model for others the characteristics: being patient, being courageous, enduring, empathetic, sympathetic. You are not doing it for the sake of having other people know you or having a good reputation. You are doing it because that is your design as a rational and social animal by the powers that be. And when people tell that you are genuine about those things, they will look at you and how you're trying to handle very difficult situations that you were actively afraid of, that you were actively engaged in. And they will say, okay, well, if he did it, maybe there's a chance for me too. Buster Home, yeah, explains everything. I've seen several cases like that too. That's why the method you use is exactly what works, which has been shown in many cases like that too. There's plenty of psych studies that show that as a solution too. Oh God, that's actually it got me too. I tried to play it cool, but it definitely hit me. That's not so rewarding. I feel like what that kid feels about it a lot, because sometimes you just need somebody who's actually going to be there and stick with you despite how you behave and everything. Somebody who's actually genuinely just there for you despite how flawed you are. It means the whole world to people like those. There's also, we're coming up at like the 2-hour mark, and I want to be mindful of that because I do want to do something fun. Not that this isn't fun for you. Okay, but I do want to do something fun for like a couple of hours to like palate cleanse you, because a lot of this is fucking intense. It's a lot of intense. It's very intense to talk about. It's very intense to think about, and so on and so forth. And as a reminder to everyone who's joining us or recently joined, we're gonna be playing Necesse after like a 5-minute break, probably some point in the next 20 minutes. And we are going to play Necesse, and we're going to do a key giveaway for that. So if you're interested in the game, I would even recommend looking at it now and seeing if it is something that you would want to stick around for the possible giveaway. There's no strings attached to it. You don't have to be subscribed. You don't have to be followed. Subscribing and following helps me out tremendously in terms of like metrics and so on and so forth. But as long as you're here, as long as I'm helping you in any way, shape, or form, that's my point. That is why I'm doing any of this at all. I'm also going to stretch and hydrate, which I didn't do for like 7 minutes. Oh! Thank you for the head pats. There's other situations other than than this last thing that I'm going to talk about in the interest of time, but it was around COVID. I was working in an office situation, it was around the time that people didn't know what to expect from the virus. They didn't know. I just legit woke up from pain sleep and I missed everything. You can rewind if you would like to. That's apparently, I don't know how good it works. I've always been afraid to touch it, but everything is going to be on YouTube like normal, Flisklet. But I am sorry that you missed it, but I'm glad that you were able to sleep at all. I was working in a situation where there was COVID. COVID was ramping up, and everyone wasn't sure about how they should handle it, if they should just keep working on it, and I guess just kind of like ignore it and just like sanitize surfaces, even though it was very clearly becoming evident that it was airborne. That was the takeaway, was that what if you just wear masks and also we just sanitize everything every like 20 minutes or so. Nobody knew what his capabilities were. Nobody knew how it would affect you people long term. Anything like that. Felicity put me in the room with this stuff. Nobody knew what COVID's capabilities were. So I was actively concerned about the idea that we were all sent home. I had put in a official complaint to Human Resources saying that I no longer feel comfortable working in the office. I know that it's possible for us to work from home. If I am not permitted to work from home, I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna resign. And although I had a safety net, and I happen to have had the benefit of having a safety net, and that my wife was working, and that we had a stable home life, I do understand that that was a privilege point at that time. I was able to make that sort of choice and put my foot down in that way. But it's often when you are in a position of privilege like that, to be in a position where you have savings and you do have like safety nets, so to speak, that is when I would argue is when you should stand up for other people. You should absolutely stand up for other people in those situations where you have a safety net. Now, the Stoics would argue that you should do the sorts of things that I have done these things in situations where I didn't have that safety net, such as working in that K through 12 special needs with behavioral issues school, or about the philosophy program and stuff like that. You as a Stoic are trying to fashion yourself into somebody that does the right thing, regardless of what may or may not happen to you, positive or negative. It just so happened that in this situation, I was able to put my foot down and happen to have that safety in the background to do so. And it was around that time that middle management, I guess, realized that it was going to be a bad thing to not have everybody go home. So we worked from home for a very long time. And around the time that we were all assured that the company had never been doing better than it was just randomly decided that middle management felt as though people should just come back to the office. That COVID was still a large unknown. That it was proven to be airborne, but they had still been asserting that it will be fine because we will sanitize surfaces a whole bunch and you will be okay. We're talking about people that were possibly that people that could have had health issues, people that had health issues being asked to come back in, people that felt as though it was unsafe to do so because the virus was still an unknown. There was no reason other than power tripping for the middle management to ask everyone to come back in. And so I had assembled a group of people, basically 60+% of the department. I met with them individually and I said, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to come up with a proposal saying that we as a group are not comfortable with being put in the situation where we could possibly be infected when it's been proven and has been advertised that we have never been more productive since being at home and that the company is doing well, that we should be asked to arbitrarily come back into the office. They were using excuses such as it makes it feel like we are all more closely connected, or that it makes us feel like a family when we're able to see each other. And I was like, motherfucker, I think of these people just fine without having to have eye contact with them. You being words on a screen in my chat does not make me feel any less strongly about you than if you happen to be in front of me. I do not need to perceive your flesh in order to feel about you the way that I do. Or you to me. For that matter. And I met with my boss and my boss's boss, and I hashed it out. I said that I am representing a group of people. Don't worry, my flesh feels very perceived. Nothing anyone says surprises me. Man, working through COVID was a mess so hard. You missed the story of how he's the reason for all of Jake Paul's success. Thank you for lurking, Gob. It's good to see you. And so I said to my boss's boss and my boss that I represent a group of people that feel as though they are at risk. And the reason why I felt so strongly that I'm remembering now was because my work, like other American corporations still do, is that they had a sick point system. And a sick point system, you might ask, what is that? A sick point system is you being like officially on record, having like a mark against you for calling out, for your calling out sick. In order for you not to have this mark put against you, you needed to get approval ahead of time for being out sick. So what this meant was that you were, and I said this to my boss's boss, and I said to my boss that that understand that this sick point system is making people feel as though they have to come in even if they're sick, even if they're not feeling well. Because alternatively, I need you to understand what you're saying. You are saying that people need to know in advance when they're going to be sick. So you are literally being asked, I think I'm gonna get the flu on Friday the 17th. Does that work for you? Do you officially approve of me being sick that day? And my boss, I was able to get through to my boss's boss that was nonsensical. They tried to argue against me, saying things like, "Are you telling me that this system that we have is making people feel as though they're going to come in sick anyway?" And I said, yes, I do. And there is this unknown virus that is airborne, that we don't know the full effects of, that is highly infectious, that people are going to bring in because they feel as though their jobs are in jeopardy if they don't. And I said that if this is not fixed, then I personally am going to leave. I cannot speak for the others, but just know that I am putting myself forward because others are afraid. Others are afraid of losing their jobs if they speak up about this. And eventually I did have to leave. I eventually called it. It was after a lot of discussion with Shumi that I left. But it was the right thing to do. It was objectively the right thing to do. because whether or not I had a safety net, that did not matter to me. What mattered to me was that I, as a Stoic, was going to be there for people in ways that they were unwilling or unable to do so. Because they had people that they were caring for, including but not limited to themselves. But I was willing to take the hit. I was willing to role model myself taking the hit. It's what the Stoics described as being the purple in the robe. You are the guy. You are trying to make it so that if the situation calls for a main character, that you make yourself into that main character if the situation calls for it, even if you get severely fucked up. Now, is it easy to do so? No. I was definitely afraid the whole time that I was going to lose what was up until that point a fine job. It didn't blow my socks off, but it wasn't the worst thing ever. Have you ever thought about capitalism and the ultra wealthy and how it feels to them when you take it off? You know what? I have thought about that. Don't worry, my flesh feels very perceived. Oh, I can't help Jade. Sorry, it's okay, Calista. Hello, Marinette. Marinette is a spooky doll VTuber who we're going to be playing a game with. We're going to be collabing with next week. It's true that others are often afraid of speaking up due to fear of losing your jobs. Oftentimes, somebody is unable to speak up due to various reasons. Somebody needs to be able to do it despite risk, because if there's a wedge in the wall barrier, at least that opens up the opportunity for others too. There's always somebody who has to start in a proper way. Others did leave after me. The department went through insane churn until they allowed people to work from home voluntarily. Now, I'm not saying that I was the cause of that, but I can rationally believe that I contributed to it. There's other situations that I've gone through. Other times where I put myself at risk, doing things, being in situations where I'm afraid, things that I could have avoided. But the Stoics would refer to these situations as similar, where Stoics, or aspiring ones, were put in position where they possibly lose everything, with or without safety nets. Even the most severe possible ones where their own lives were risked, but they stayed resolutely focused on the, in my own experience, true idea that you, thank you for the hydrate, Miles, that you can't be made worse by these things that are frightening you unless you allow yourself to inwardly agree that you are made worse by this thing happening, or by this person doing a thing to you or around you. But thinking this way, in the ways I've described earlier or just now, isn't immediate. And it gels easier with some people more than others. But there have been times where I've knowingly put myself in positions that others wanted to, but they feel that they wouldn't or couldn't be able to manage. The situations that I've described where I stood to lose my job or my education, but those were the times. Those were the moments. No other test was more important or a chance to improve that were more loud than those. The Stoics will refer to those situations as being the tests, of being what you were training yourself for, of being live action situations where you are testing the type of person that you believe you're shaping yourself into. Negative situations are in fact opportunities. They're chances for you to prove to yourself and to gain experience in shaping yourself into the type of person that you're trying to be, that you want to be, that you see yourself as being, as your ideal version of yourself. By attacking the fear, by putting up any kind of resistance at all, even if you fail or think that you failed, you remember that shit forever. And the next time you stand up a little bit longer, or you put up a little bit more resistance, and you try to do this, you try to keep this mentality active and at the front of your mind whenever dealing with something frightening or looming over you, until, without realizing it, your near automatic response isn't, this thing is happening to me and this is bad. But instead is, this thing has happened to me and seems bad, but what are my tools to overcome it? How can I use it to build the parts of me up that are meant to deal with it? Courage, endurance, patience, acceptance, sympathy. Is there any part of what's happening now that can overtake me unless I let it? Yes, you can rationally say that you contributed to it for sure. And I also forgot to hydrate, so thank you, Miles, for that. Ugh. We are going to take a break for about 5 minutes. If you enjoyed this even a little bit, consider following. It'll update you when I'm around. Maybe get you some free emotes. If you feel like, if you have loved this, consider subscribing. It helps me generate Partner Plus points, which is going to be key for me doing this full time one day. It gets you ad-free viewing. It gets you even more emotes. And it puts a big old smile on my face and gets me closer to doing this officially part-time. I have had it approved in my general social sphere to start thinking of streaming as a part-time job, given the amount of support that I've received so far. And I appreciate that. I do not expect it. I do not anticipate it. I just wake up each day and say, I'm going to do the best I can to try to help people however I can. And I do that regardless of whether one person or 1,000 are watching, whether $1 per month or $1 billion flow through the channel, doesn't matter. It's always going to be that way. It's what's most important to me. Thank you for the head pat. I appreciate it. After the 5-minute break or so, we are going to play Necesse, which is like, what if we made Core Keeper but was on the surface instead? We'll probably play that for about an hour or two. It's going to be really by ear, I think. And then we're going to do a key giveaway for that. So thank you to the dev. I tried to commit his memory, or to his name to memory, Mad Skavgard, and to the group player found for a review copy of the game. I will be back, and I will see you in 5 or so. This is gonna sound super fucked up, but any y'all, and I can't be the only one, any y'all kind of like it when you have your coffee with creamer in it, of course, chilling on your coffee warmer, and it's actually been untouched for so long that it gets like film on the top, and it's kind of like you get like a little bit of candy. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the film is condensed into like this little treat that's on top. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is because of Weissmount, in case you forgot. I thought I turned that shit off. I'm gonna make a note of it. Why is Weissbot giving sale info? That's called a skin. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, film. Yeah, ew, what? I can't be the only one. Jade, you said yes? Jade gets it. It's like really flimsy taffy. Just trust me. Trust me on this. Just let it like live its life for a bit. Talk about like half an hour to an hour. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I'm talking about. We're gonna start in a couple minutes. I need you to what the hell is this? What's on my desk? Ellie always wants. They can hear you, by the way. She always wants attention when we sit down. Like when we want to give her attention, she doesn't want it. Alright, I'm gonna chase my dog around for a bit. I'm gonna let you guys hear it. So, recently, I went to a CVS, and the CVS for some reason stocks food, and nobody goes to CVS for food, right? So they had a sale on a bunch of snack items, and I got like $60 worth of snack items for like 20 bucks. A CVS, it's like a pharmacy. It's where you go to have alchemists bring you prescriptions. I don't want to see what you're talking about. You know what? I'll let it cook. I'll sit on there. You'll understand. I'll make you understand, Keith. If anybody's going to be able to get it, well, I can't say that because you were objectively wrong on the Ella Purnell, Sabrina Carpenter being twins thing. So, like, there's room for improvement. Clearly. But I'll keep my measured expectations. Oh. Oh my god, room for improvement. I'm not saying like you're... Listen to me. Keep remembering this. Nobody's perfect. Are you implying that you're perfect? Because that's more indicative of your character than mine. Okay, that's unreasonable. I also have my sore spots. Like, I don't prefer like medium steaks, but you know, that's my cross to bear. You just aren't capable of seeing this particular slice of empirical evidence. This man out here twister. It's like Eckerd's. I was stuck on that one. I'll bonk him. You wouldn't be the first to try. You ain't gonna be the last neither. Hello. 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 Let's turn the music off. This is its own music. We're back. Thank you for joining me. I'm ProSecond, self-help Wi-Fi's writing game VTuber. We just finished up our Stoicism section of the stream. And then we're gonna play a game called Necesse, which is like what if we did Core Keeper, but not underground. I'll bonk him. Does he only eat the well-done steaks because he gets Empreg? What does that mean? I want to try well-done steak, though. Hi there. Thank you to the dev, Mad Scothguard, and the group Player Found for providing a review copy of the game. I know very little about it. I haven't even played it. Normally, I try to play test it to make sure that it works and everything, but I didn't with this game. And I'm sure that everything's going to be fine. I'm sure that everything's going to be fine. I made Stoland, which is just a normal world with normal settings, normal difficulty. We're going to create a new character. I can turn myself around. That's pretty cute. I need pale as shit. I need, like... I'm not saying that I'm this pale. I am pretty pale. But I'm not, like... I don't know if I'm that pale, but I am gonna make myself that pale. I'm just gonna do it. I need to make myself look as, like, as sad and upset with everything as possible. There it is. That's my eyes right there. Canonically, my eyes are kind of like a blue-gray. I'm pretty sure, so that fits right there. Hairstyle. I want it to be long. It needs to be long. Do we have any hairstyles that close over one of the eyes? Probably gonna pick that one. Nar. No afro, probably not. No. Could do Lord Farquaad. Far pop blah blah. I mean that's kind of my hairstyle. Oh, not completely though, it's kind of shaved off. I don't know, none of these really scream as being me. Dude, I don't know. I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. I need to be immersed. Maybe I do go with this cut. Maybe, I mean, it's the closest thing to my hairstyle. It's just missing. It's just buzzed on one side, I suppose. Stoneland, because you only eat well-done steaks when you're pregnant. I hated not being able to eat them medium. Why can you not eat medium steaks when you're pregnant? Yeah, wait, you can't eat non-well-done steaks when you're purgante? I have a sudden urge to bite Stoic's arm. What the fuck is GSE Orca? Oh, that's probably because I was like randomly hitting names or something. That's not actually gonna be my character's name. Can I change my hair color? I can. That looks right. Shirt color. White. Shoe color. We'll do orange. Stoic me. Played for 0 seconds. Find a tree to chop down, walk close and hit the tree with an axe by pressing left click. Oh, there's something going on. There's something going on with the refresh rate. Hang on. I need to set it to motherfucking G-Sync. I don't want to because I have variable refresh rate monitor, but some games are just weird about it. That's not entirely better, but it is seemingly better. This does remind me kind of like a top-down Terraria. Press E to open inventory. Craft a torch. Press R to quick place. I have made a torch. Talk to the Elder to learn about the game. Is this the Elder? Settlement has no flag. Place a settlement flag within the bounds of the settlement to prevent it from disbanding. I put down a torch. Do I like this? Do I enjoy this? Am I pleased by this? I wish to talk to the elder. Who is I don't know why, but I'm holding shift to try to run. To sprint farther. Harvest me. We're gonna grab some bloobs. I love me some big bloobs. Yeah, because there's a risk of foodborne illnesses that could harm the developing baby. Like, shouldn't eat raw sushi either. Even though I know people argue that Japanese women sometimes eat raw sushi, but I stayed away just in case. Yeah, but you're also, like, immeasurably powerful, Callisto, so, like... Settlements without a flag. Almost said a different word there. Will be automatically disbanded after a period of 2 hours. Place a settlement flag within the bounds of the settlement. That's all well and good, but, like, what do you mean? Can I eat this? I would like to eat this. Nutrition, simple. Have I eaten it? How do I eat it? I wish to consume. This is powerful fire wizard. I have witnessed it. Talk to the elder. Settlement flag nearby. Mob spawns reduced significantly. What? Is there supposed to be a guy here? It says settlement flag. Settlement has no flag. Either does or does not have a settlement flag on it. Hang on. I can do it. Wood boat, workstation, cave ladder. 10 of any log. Maybe I have to make the settlement flag. Okay, we have enough. We're going to make a workstation. I am making a workstation now. Nope, those are torches. Workstation me. Is there any way I can rotate this? Adventure journal. Forest surface. Okay. Kill 25 zombies in the forest. Capture a cow using a rope in the forest. Use a mysterious portal. Alrighty. Sick. That sounds sick nasty to me. There's my workstation. I was just gonna place the workstation here. Use. Search. Flag. Settlement flag. 1,000 coins? Talk to the elder? I want to talk to the elder, but I don't know where the elder is. The elder is dead. Skip. Who adds workstation settlement? Add recipe. So it's like one of those games where you can attract colonists to you. Oh, Stoic. Yesterday I got sniped so hard in Call of Duty and my game crashed. It's probably better than whatever that person experienced however many years ago when my friend was playing Call of Duty and he threw an axe at round start up randomly into the air and it bounced between like 3 different objects and hit the guy in the ankle. So like he threw it in the air and then he got a kill confirmation like 15 seconds later and he was so confused by that. I do not want your special items. I discard you. I put you down. I'd put you down. I do not need you. Do not need you. I do not need you. I do not want you. Oh, I can throw you in the trash can. Okay. I appreciate the items, but I also want to raw dog it. Insert crafting material into slot. Okay. And that shows everything that I can make. Man, this game came at me hard and fast, huh? Toggle auto door. Toggle smart mining. Show world map. Okay, that's the map. Open settlement. Command settlers. You have no settlers. I could have told you that. Okay. Command. Equipment. Diets. Restrict. Work priorities. Assign work. Open adventure party. Select settlers by clicking on them or dragging over them. Can I command the duck? Oh, that's right. Thank you. It was blocking the fucking... It was blocking the chat log before. Alright, let's see what we can make. Gonna have the element of surprise. Achilles heel still be getting people. It do. Grain mill. Objects. Willow wall. Pine door. Quests. You do not have any active quests. Lock hotbar. Current modifiers. Auto door. Teams and PvP. So we're just gonna take this. We're gonna take this one thing at a time. We're gonna try to survive. All right. We're gonna make like a little place for us, and it's gonna be sick as hell. All right. We're gonna be right next to the river. So I wish to grab this. Gonna grab this. I can't grab this. I'm going to put the workstation right here. All right. Then I'm going to grab my axe and I'm going to cut down trees all around it. Because this is how the settlement do. And then I can only assume that there are going to be horrible monsters that are going to come flying out as it gets nighttime, which is evidently soon. It's going to be very soon. Do I get hungry? I do get hungry. I can't eat anything. The streamer is confused. Good morning, Saul. Wispy, how do I play this game? Wispy. Look how that zooms me out. Oh, fuck. I don't know what buttons these are. I think this is like zoom in, zoom out. Are tied to my soundboard. So if I want to zoom out, I need to fart moan. If I want to zoom in, it is fucking dark as hell, bro. In order for me to zoom in, I need to ding the bell. I hope that you fucking enjoy that. Just gonna place these equidistant like. Just like this. Just like that, it's fine. Did it not already do it? I thought I changed it to Necesse. Did it not change it to Necesse? It showed Necesse. It changed, but it wasn't updating on my side. Are you trying to fuck on me right now? It looks like Stardew. It does have Stardew vibes, don't it? It do be having the Stardew vibes. It's definitely like trying to do RimWorld shit right now, but I'm not really sure. Like it threw me in here. It was like, hey big dog. It's me, little dog. Prepare to just like live your life. Which is fine. Here's the zombie right there. Like it's giving me a quest to kill 25 zombies. And presumably there's like bosses around, and maybe there's other settlements that I can get to. That I can get quests from. But I'm unsure. So do like the Stardew, I guess. Wispy, just get back in the ranch pocket. Fuck you, fuck on you? No, not trying to. Are you? Am I trying to fuck on me? Is that what you're saying? That zoom in and out is so funny to me. Yeah. Wispy put me in the room with the stuff. So what'd you do to mom? How many moms do you have? I thought Keith was your mom. Is Keith not your mom? Is Jade your mom? Who's not your mom, actually? Oh fuck, did I eat a blueberry? I think I ate a blueberry. I got 2% critical hit chance. Cave ladder can be placed. Used to reach caves. That just goes down. That just goes down. I don't want to do cave stuff yet. I don't want to do cave stuff yet. Put that in my inventory. Oak sapling. Crafting material can be placed. We're gonna do big craft. We're gonna do big crafting now. We're gonna make the craziest. We're gonna make the Tower of Babel, and I'm gonna climb to the top, and I'm gonna fucking scream at God. I'm gonna fucking yell at God from the top of my Babel Tower that I'm gonna be making in a second. How did I access my crafting menu? How do I do any of this shit? How do I do any of this? I thought I could craft. I thought this. Oh, that's right. I need to activate my workstation. That's right. Wooden bow, range damage. We're gonna make that. Okay. I'm gonna swap you over to this. Do I have arrows? No, I have to make arrows. I understand. Equipment. How does one make arrow? Arrow. Bow. Bow. Do I not know how to make arrows? Am I stupid? Did I just fly from Stupid Town? Wooden spear? Will only hit at the tip? The story of my life, brother. The story of my life, man. I hear you. I hear you on that. That too is a limitation of mine. Wooden pickaxe. I know that the UI is very small. It's too small. Give me a second. You can't see it properly. I'm gonna put you guys on the ceiling. Stream avatars. Get flipped, nerd. There we go. There it is. There it is, dude. You fucking love the ceiling, don't you, chat? You love it. You crave it. We need walls. We need to protect ourselves against the environment. So I'm gonna make like 20 walls. We're gonna make 20 walls, and then I'm gonna chop down more trees. And then we're gonna make floor. Okay, we're gonna make floor. We're gonna pretend that we're like a singular RimWorld colonist. And that is how the video game do. Press C, troglodyte? No, C is, before you at me, C is not crafting. You would think that it would be crafting, but it is not. You got basic crafting, and that is with your inventory open. You have to go to a workstation and actually grab crafting. Oh, fuck. I don't know why. That legitimately got me, bro. That scared me. That motherfucker came out of nowhere, dude. God bless. The scram. That legitimately got me. I didn't much approve or abide by getting scarified like that out in my woods. Yep. Actually, I'm gonna go blue. Also, hello, Golden Crest. It's good to see you, buddy. Hope you're having a good one. If you're not having a good one, how can I make it better? I will do anything. I will do fucking anything. There's another Zamble right there. There's another Zamble trying to fucking come at me, trying to fuck on me, man. I'm trying to eat me. I don't much appreciate it. Floor. I need floor. Wooden door. I need one wooden door. Objects. Storage box. Wooden door. Wooden wall. Wooden fence. Oh, that's fine. I'll just keep it up there. It's fine. It's not blocking anything. That's a good thought though. Tiles. Farmland. Straw tile. Wooden floor. Ow! Fuck! I forgot I'm not paused. I'm not seeing a single motherfucker out here. It's because they're all zombies. Anyways. Wood path, wood floor. Let's do 10. So we have the basics of civilization right here. Right? Yep, right there. And then... Oh my gosh, dude. I can hear Keith right now. They're gonna be like, oh, that the feng shui of this house is all wrong. It's all, the chi is gonna be fucked. And I'm gonna say, BBG, don't worry about a G thing. I've got it. I've got it. All right. You just sit there and keep being beautiful just like you normally is. I'll handle this. I'll handle the beautification of the environment. You just sit there, keep sipping your martinis as you do. With one leg Over the other. Oh, look at that. Look at dynamic shadows. Wow. I need more wood. Can I pick this up? Torch me. Put a torch right there. I figured an alternative to the S word is strumpet. I feel like I missed something. Another one is dunderhead, buffoon, cretin, scoundrel, malfeasant. Damn, there's another really good one that I dreamt that I can't remember now. Okay, the issue is that it's off by one. So I'm gonna have to put the door like here. It's off by one. No, it's not off by one in both directions. It's gonna be like the shittiest house imaginable. But you know what? You gotta crack some almonds to make an egg. You know what I mean? It's not always gonna be perfect. Sometimes you gotta use every part of the buffalo, and sometimes every part of the buffalo uses you. You know what I mean? So we're gonna break this workbench up, and then I'm gonna put the workbench. Like, can I rotate this? Settings, controls, expression wheel, mount, armor set, adventuring, movement, miscellaneous, hotbar. How do I rotate? Quick move, toggle slot locked, pipette, mount, torch, use mana potion. Is there no way to rotate? I just have to like fumble with it or fuck on it? I guess there's not. Oh, Strumpa is good. Okay, just checking. Fuck, I'm chuckling from that. Now I think of Mambo number 5 instead of Trump. You said Strumpa. Bareback got a DM dissertation. Right to this man. I didn't even do anything. I didn't do a goddamn thing except live my life the way that God intended in a fucking cabin of my own design. In the middle of a zombie-infested forest where I need to talk to an elder to teach me how to play the game, but there's no elder that spawned with me. There's no elder anywhere. It's just me. Just me and the fucking open road. Almost heaven. West Virginia. Blue Ridge Mountain. Shenandoah River. About an apple of my eye. About a video. Born be bye country road. Oh, they can go on the wall. Take me home to the place I belong. Wherever. That's on the outside. I didn't want it outside. It's fucking with the feng shui already. West Virginia. Maybe I want it. Is this attached to the wall or am I bugging, bro? Am I bugging or no? No, that is it. That is it. That's on the wall. That's right. That looks right. Do I want it like here though? Or do I want it on both sides? That actually looks pretty sick. I'm pretty proud of that. We're talking about alternate insults, like when I called you troglodyte, you have to sit on it and then rotate. Excuse me? You claim 3 different people were my mother and then offended Keith by mocking them? I didn't mock Keith. When did I mock them? The crimes you committed are immense. It's okay, I'll go up exponentially over time. The question is how many more crimes will he commit each stream? Oh, now he cares about it. Jade, we need a crime counter. There's no crime counter. I almost say cropper. Like I did that one time at BAM camp. Upgrade to demonic workstation. I need a bed now. If I get a bed, is it gonna summon a colonist? Bed, anvil, trash, incinerator, workstation, bed. There's no bed. Beds do not exist. I could have sworn I saw a bed. Is there no bed? I thought I saw a bed. A straw bed? You cannot tell me there's no bed. There was a bed. Minecart track, wood boat, crafting guide. I already have a crafting guide. Workstation. Do I need to research something in order to get a bed? Anvil, alchemy table, campfire, roasting station, cooking pot, compost bin. Cloth robe, leather boots, leather hood, cartographer table, cave ladder. I guess I could make a cave. Maybe it wants me to go in the caves real bad. Maybe I'm not supposed to use nearby inventories. Only craftable. There was a bed here, was there not? You also called Copper as Cropper a few streams ago, Stoic. Are you not a colonist? The only thing he is confused when you went talking. Keep feng shui. Well done steak is sweet baby Ray's barbecue sauce. I just don't know how if Keith is ever gonna be willing to meet me in the middle because they're not willing to eat the fucking skin from my peppermint mocha creamer coffee cup. You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying my best out here. And that's like bare minimum, to be honest. LOL, I'll eat it for Keith, okay? Sheesh. Bed. Mattress. Cot. There's really nothing in here, huh? Alright. And in that case, I guess I'm going to go... I could have sworn. Crafting guide. Inventory to open. Insert crafting item. Landscaping station. There was a bed in here. Wasn't there? Or am I stupid? Bed. There is a bed. Spruce bed? So I guess it's like... I guess it works like, Valheim, where you need to have the thing in order to be able to make the thing. That's crazy. Spruce bed. I just want a regular bed. 10 spruce log. Is that what this is? Do I have spruce? Spruce log. I need wool. Okay. Adventure journal. Kill 25. Incomplete? Okay, I can't click on that. Capture cow using a rope in the forest. Use mysterious portal. There's no mysterious portal. I guess I'll complete the journal. I guess I will. I guess I'll do it. Capture cow. So how do I make a rope? Use. Rope. I can't make rope. Rope is not accessible to me. My character is too stupid. He doesn't understand what rope is. Oak sapling. E. Spruce. We're gonna plant nothing but spruce. We're gonna plant nothing but spruce trees because I only know things in the I only want like one type of wood. Okay. Here you go. Here you go. Here you are. Gonna make a real natural lack. Just like that. Just like that. No, don't get excited just because I said rope. Alright? Fucking clean yourself up. Nasty. You nasty. You nasty, and you're real for that. But mostly nasty. 0. I like to eat this. Can I eat that? I can't eat that. Why can't I eat that? I like to use it. Can I use it on my character? I click you. I drag you. I drag you on my character. I throw the blueberry outside my inventory. It's almost nighttime again. I mean, that's all well and good, isn't it? Because I'm ready. I'm ready to go into the mines. Maybe I'm not. I need to grab a little bit more wood, and then we'll go into the mines, okay? Don't call my mom nasty. Which one is your mom? Oh, Callisto? They can't all be your mom. They can't. That's too confusing for me. Just pick one. You can alternate between them. Callisto, you freak. You can alternate between them. I don't mind that, but just like have one per day. So at least like I can have an idea of what it is that I'm looking at. Okay? Farmland. No. Cave ladder. Yes. I will make a cave ladder for me. I already had a cave ladder in my inventory. Sick. There we go. Cave ladder. We're gonna put it right here. That's fine. Loading level. I went downstairs. I have no idea where I am. I have a torch. Legitimately scared. Look at all these coins! Oh my god! I have 3 berries. Okay. Damn. Yes. I didn't know this shit was Diablo. Look at that. Got some iron arrows. I got stone arrows. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking with gas, dude. We got 726 coins. Let's go. I don't know what we need coins for, necessarily. Can be thrown. Don't mind if I do. I'll put that in there, man. Yeah! Okay, sick. And now, we live our life. What's over there? What's over? I'm honestly scared to go anywhere. When Necesse and Stoics had nap now, you should. There's some Zambinos. Some Zobbles? Some Zobbles I can shoot? Excuse me? They don't know that I'm the most cracked that there ever was. They're dodging me? They're dodging me? Are they running? No. Let's go. Does that count towards my... Beat a bear? Force... Oh, fuck! Okay, that shit does not apply to the surface. So maybe we just go to... I'm gonna kill these zombies, first of all. I'm gonna kill this zombie, and then I'm gonna go upstairs. Use. Now, we're just gonna go in a direction. Okay, I'm armed now. So now I have nothing to worry about. And I'm gonna keep the effing thing on me. We're gonna hold it, we're gonna hold the torch. And we're gonna ignore. I have coins to spend, we're gonna ignore the zombies. Get slap bozo. How dare you, Max? But also hello. Max Force VT is a history teaching VTuber. And he's kind of a scamp. If I'm being honest, he's kind of like a kooky motherfucker. If I ever met one. A new entry has been added to your journal. Why? Pirate Village. Where's there the music has changed. I do not see any pirate anything. I just see infinite zombies in every direction. I don't even see anything on like the minimap that would like indicate to me where something is. So we're gonna go infinitely in a direction until we find something. All right. Yellow flower patch. Can I cross over here? Like, very clearly, I'm supposed to be able to probably work my way through the journal to create a colony. And then from a colony, just have, like, bad bitches forever. Just an infinite number of bad bitches in all directions. And said bad bitches are gonna be like, oh, Stoic, you're such a dreamboat. Man, your ding dong's so long. Your ding dong's so long, Stoic. That's crazy. Does it hurt? Is it all calloused from dragging across the ground like that? Man, what a tough. Did we find a village? We might have found a village. We found a village. Found a village. Excuse me. Pardon me. We have found a singular. Do not go outside. Oh my god, they're crazy. They're the Terminator. They're fucking crazy armed. That's kind of neat, I guess. Pussy freak, you know this. There are no others. I don't even fuck. Coins for settlement flag. Get slap bozo. Oh, that's right. I needed 1,000 coins for settlement flag. Hey, can I use your shit? I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you.
I'm gonna kill you. Give me $200.
Okay, I got very confused because I saw $200 in the chat window and I thought that somebody gave me $200. Thank you for the 25 bits, Max Forge. Will you join my settlement? I will join your settlement for 61 coins and 7 wool. What can you do? I can help around your settlement with hauling, crafting, forestry, and farming. I can join you in adventure parties. I mean, that's like unbelievably cheap for the fact that they just did like 11 billion more damage than I did. per second. They are dying out there, though. Can I just take your shit, or are you gonna get mad at me? Sorry. Can I take your things? Can I take your... I want your turkey, man. I want your... Sorry, roasted duck. That's my bad. Table decoration. How do you guys live like this? Will you join my settlement? I'll do it for 64 wheat. So the gist is that there are things that can happen in the world, and you have to discover for yourself. And you can also find buildings around, and maybe it's not like Terraria, where if you build it, they will come. You know what I mean? Will you join my settlement? Everybody just wants coins and wool. But I don't have none of that, man. What if I just fucking... Can I break your windows? I can't break your windows. Can I break your windows with this? Do you care if I do that? Can I open you up to the swarm? Are you sleeping? You ain't anymore. Now this is my bed. Now this is my dresser. Oh shit, are they fighting me? Are they fighting me? Are they fighting me? Are they fighting me? No, they're running. They're running out of their own. Yes, my minions. Yes. Yes, kill. Yes. This Gray's Drifter came into town and just started opening up holes in our walls. Letting treats inside. Alright, I'm over it. You guys have a great one. Keep exploring. What is this, a chest? Fertilizer. Nunchucks? Excuse me? Okay, dude. We'll take these torches, man. We'll take these torches. Max is my favorite history teacher YouTuber. Yeah, but you post on YouTube, Max, so they're not wrong. In fact, they're technically correct, which is the best kind of correct. Max, if you really love me, you would make people spawn more buildings. It said something about a pirate village. I got a gun! Oh yeah. It's all coming up Millhouse. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Does someone duck this man in a trough? How loud is it? That's an interesting bullet. How hard does it hit? 20? That's okay. Does as much damage as a ninja star? Is that a love potion? Health potion. Resistance potion. So this shit is top-down Terraria. Am I understanding that correctly? It do look like that. Okay, I don't want to talk about what just happened. Did I miss the Stoicism part? Yeah, the Stoicism part happened 2 hours earlier. Watch me fucking dome this ostrich. And turtle, no! Turtle, yes. Open, more nunchucks. Iron bomb, okay. This game is giving me calls for a powerful creature. What's the worst that could happen? I call upon you. It needs to be nighttime for this to work. And boss item. The Shining Enchantment Scroll. Okay. Sick. I ain't really worried about it right now. Can I throw this? Damn! That's pretty strong. Never you mind where I'm going with this. Never you mind. Never you worry about it. Clear! Frag out! Okay. Okay, maybe I am a bad person. Maybe I am. I need a drink after that hell. After what hell? Actually, I'm gonna be right back now to get my drink finally. We're gonna play this like 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to do the giveaway. Okay? That's how this is gonna do. If you enjoyed this so far, consider following. If you like this a lot, of it means to do so. Consider subscribing. And I love you. I love you no matter. Oh, that's kind of just slowed us down a little bit. We sunk down a little bit. That's a cool visual. The pixel art isn't bad. It's cute. Did we find like an actual town? It's a giant room world building. Holy shit. Wow, look at this. Wow, that's actually really cool looking. Oh man. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. That's sick. Be real shame if somebody broke a hole in your wall and then threw a grenade inside. Alright, well, you need to react to this in order for it to be believable, so I'm gonna throw the bomb directly at your feet. Stop that or it may have to kill you. Yo, your sheep are escaping. I needed the wool, don't at me. Is that a child? I'm trying to do stuff. So I'm gonna hide for a bit, scared, angry, aggressive, shouting, panicky. I'll keep my headphones on to hear you, but I'm gonna hide under furniture. Alrighty. Do what you gotta do, Jade. I'm sorry I'm not there to help more directly. Definitely call the Popo, though, if you need to. Call emergency services. In theory, that's why they are there. Take care, Jade. Be safe, Jade. Yes, yes, yes. Can it be nighttime already? I want to at least see what the boss is. Let's see what the boss is. There should be more trinkets over here. In here. What's that? More bullet. Sick. Speed potion. 5-minute buff. Don't mind if I do. Speed potion me. It makes me very, very slightly faster, which is good. I want to find something that is not in the desert. Is that possible? Chat, don't get upset with me. I have to see what these things drop. Okay, it makes a little scared sound. Understood. Now this is pod racing. Is there anything else in here? It's gonna be nighttime soon. Dynamite stick. Don't mind if I do. What's the difference between this and an iron bomb? I throw you. That is so much bigger of a radius than the iron bomb is. That's it's actually pretty metal. It's pretty crazy. Something new has been added to my journal. I assume this is because this is a new biome. There appear to be zombies in there. Just gonna toss a dynamite stick in there and see what's going on. Demolition expert. I'll tell you what, zombies ain't nothing versus gone. Even if I miss constantly. It's so narrow. Iron bombs, don't mind me. I will gladly take those. Runestone, iron ore, absurd demonic pickaxe. Okay. I would be a fool not to. Throw these away. I have gun. I don't need it. A demonic pickaxe is almost time. Once we see and square off with the boss, we'll do the giveaway. We shall. We will do a big giveaway for this. Big giveaway. Some would say the biggest giveaway that you've ever seen. Can I hit the shark with this? We're gonna fish. We're gonna. Oh shit! Get dunked on, nerd. Little motifs that remind me of Pokemon. No stats, a cosmetic slot, chest slot. Okay. Oh, am I drowning? Oh shit! I was getting eaten by a shark. Okay. Where was I in relation? Nowhere. All right, sick. Anyways, so this has been Necesse. I ain't going all the way over there. I'm not. This has been Necesse. If you enjoyed this, consider following. If you like this a lot bit and have the means to do so, consider subscribing. Next stream is going to be on Monday. I do not remember what it's going to be. Schedules are going to be out on my socials, just like normal, and on Discord. Let me get my thingies in order now. So the way that our giveaways work is that you don't have to be subscribed. You don't have to be following. You can have been watching for 10 seconds. You can have been watching for 10 years. All right. All you have to do is when I do a thing, you're going to type !, !, ticket in chat. You can only ever get one ticket. This is for a free Steam copy of Necesse. Thank you to the developer, Maz Skofgard, and to PlayerFound for the review copy of the game. ! Ticket for a copy for yourself. For sure, I did not do this game justice at all. Showing what? Showing it off. Okay. You're probably going to get way more mileage way more quickly than me. Believe it. Believe it now. I do love you. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're gonna let this run for like another 30 seconds. What do I have for next week? Canva. Did I even... I think it's because I was waiting on one person to tell me what they were doing collab-wise. Monday, we're doing Final Fantasy Tactics Part 3 at our normal time. Wednesday, we're doing Helldivers with G-Man 505, Carmen Jam, and at least one more person. Maybe Teebs. I'm unsure. Whisper Mountain Outbreak on Thursday with Sorry Skipper, Marionette VT, and Two Scott to Handle. And then at 8 p.m. on Friday, we're going to be playing Dead by Daylight with Keepy VT, Callisto Malfoy, and Debolt the Bear. And then on Saturday, we're going to be playing Peak with Luna Todd. And then at the end of that stream, we're going to play something, maybe. Maybe it'll just be Peak. I'm not sure. It's not their first time, but they've never won at Peak. And I want to try to get them that win. All right, we're going to close the giveaway. Meow. Hello, Flashna. Close the giveaway. Close the giveaway. Draw winner. Congratulations, Flarsh, for winning a free copy of Necesse. I don't know if we're familiar with each other on Discord, so I'm going to send you the key by Twitch. So you're going to see a purple bar appear at the bottom of your Twitch page that you've never seen before, because nobody uses Twitch Whispers except for me. Sponsors and keys. Necesse, no due date. We're going to grab this. You don't have to confirm for me that this is going to work and that it is in fact for Necesse, but it is helpful to me if you do show or you do tell me that it is in fact for the thing. Whisper, there you are, Necesse. All right, my friends, I appreciate you. I will see you on Monday for more Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm looking forward to it and to seeing you. Let's see who we can raid out to. If you consider yourself to be a Firekeeper, your raid out message is going to be this first one. If you are following, it's going to be the second one. Twitch, who is out here right now? Who be out here? Sparkles, maybe? I don't know who this person is. We're going to send you over to Nomi VT. You've never met them before, but I've had some good interactions with them. So I'm going to hang out in their chat for a while. Raid Nomi VT. They are playing RV There Yet, which is always a good time. I'm going to thank all of our active recurring subscribers. When you set your subscription to recurring, it generates Partner Plus points. At 100 Partner Plus points, more of your support reaches me in the end. So special thanks to Scott the Handle, Lawless Guys, Brady Wardy, Callisto Malfoy, Carpet Jam, Katori Creates, Kushel Evan, Cybergem, Dolson, Dasu Doctor, DePolta Bear, Felicity Ryan, Felicity G-Man 505, X Mannequin, Ink Fairy, Jade, Connie, Keith, Kitsune, Lady Fable VT, Lady Cooler Vo, Luna Todd, Marinette VT, Marshmallow VT, Modest Forge VT, Mr. Creepypasta Nofo for Show, Omega TV, OMG, Lola Prince, Pro Show Me, Racknecular, Radish Shadow Wedlock, Raven Kawaii, Shiro, Silver Crane, Sexy Spell, Sailor 503, Star Skipper Teebs, Tomaine, Uber Twilight, Virtue Bro, and Whisper VT. I appreciate you so much. I could explode. I will see you on Monday for more Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm looking forward to it. It's one of my favorite games of the year, technically, so far, even though the year just started. I will see you. Say hi to Nomi for me. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'm gonna kiss Stork. You better. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting. You better plan a big one on me. You better plan a big one on me, brother. Do it. Kissy. Kissy me. Kissy me now. Do it. Now get out. I'm done with you. Get out.